Off the top. Off the top. Off the top. Off the top. Hello world. Welcome to Off the Top, a show that makes you miss dinner with your family. A show that makes you feel like a new man. It is I, as always, Jeramis, one of your hosts for this evening. Happy Sunday / Monday, because this is going to go on Monday. So happy Sunday / Monday. Here with us, you know, the other team, the dynamic Quadro. We've got the man himself who comes in and beats you with the wisdom stick of justice, Reed. Thank you for joining us, Reed. We've got the king, who's going to have more ways to show off his royalty than just a hat. King Ken has risen. Once again, graces us with his presence. And we've got the man that, well, we don't know what he likes to do, but he missed dinner with his mama. So it's Tyler, Mr. Shepherd's Pie over here. Thank you all. Thank you. Sorry we haven't posted in a little bit. Some things have happened, but we're back. So we're not going to dwell on that too much. A couple of announcements before we go ahead and get into the topics as well. We now, Off the Top, officially have our YouTube channel. So we will be pretty much sponsoring that as much as we can. So make sure you guys, if you don't, just check us out on YouTube. Of course, we also have our highlights channel. Shows you some nice little itty bitties of what we talk about there as well. So of course, make sure you check that out. Of course, we also got Twitter. So make sure you check us out at Off the Top 8. And also Instagram, Off the Top Podcast 1 on Instagram. We're getting there. The social media. Huh?
We didn't get the originals off the Top Podcast 1?
No, I tried. I did everything in my power. It was not happening.
How much do you need us to pay?
How much do I need to pay?
There's actually like a YouTube playlist series called Off the Top. So I was like, when I saw that, I was like, maybe.
We're not worried about that. They're not as exquisite as we are. But yes, thank you for everybody who's listening to us on your respective platform. For those of you guys who are watching us on YouTube, hello, welcome. Like I said, it's been a little bit since we did our last podcast about 2 weeks ago, but again, we're back stronger than ever, looking good except for Tyler. We come back. Oh no, never. Anyway, we got some good topics for you. Good topics for you today. Not too long of a podcast, hopefully. We'll see, but we want to go and also include our sponsor, Anchor. Thank you, Anchor, for sponsoring us. We love you. We'll let you know more about that a little bit later. But what was that, Tyler? What are you doing? Tyler, just Tyler, please, just end our misery, please. Okay.
Okay.
End our misery. All right, but let's go ahead and get right into it. Let's go ahead and start off with what everybody comes here for. This is why you come to Off the Top. You don't come here for just our faces. You don't come here for our voices. You come here for the memes of the day. That's what you come here for, right? You come here for any other reason? Let me know.
I've been looking forward to this for a long time.
All right, so we're for Reed. They do come for Reed. Reed is he's a bachelor, man. I need him to be on The Bachelor. I think if he was on The Bachelor, I would watch that show.
Whatever, fine. A Reed like mine.
This is Reed. Reed is divine.
I get read real quick, and it's embarrassing for me. So,
all right, so let's go ahead and start out with the meme of the day. Oh crap! I gotta share my screen with you guys, don't I?
You know I'm Irish.
Let me go ahead and share my screen with you, fellow folks. All right, here we go. So, meme of the days. Let's go ahead and start on. Now, for those of you guys who are watching us on YouTube, you're probably going to already see all the memes that we got showing on. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and show them again. So, let's go and start out with the first meme, which I forgot what movie this is from. What movie is this from?
I don't know either. I can't remember. It's been a while.
Whose meme is this? Whose is this from?
It was not mine. It's not mine. This is definitely Tyler's.
You sure?
Yes. Listen, so we've got like a little kid.
Charlie in the Chocolate Factory. I know that much.
Oh yeah, that was this.
Yeah. So
Tyler only posts the bad ones.
No, he does post the very savage dark ones.
The dark ones.
Yeah, he's the dark meme. No dank, he's dark memes. But we've got a little kid crying, and he said, "How do stars die?" And then our boy looks at him and just says, overdoses. And then they just hug each other right there on the bench at the park. It's so sad, man.
Yeah.
They overdose.
Yeah.
See, that's how you know it's Tyler's, because that's the savagery you get with when you have Tyler do it.
All these memes come from Tyler's personal life.
It does.
These are
It
awful.
does.
Tyler was a good friend of Amy Winehouse.
It does. All right, this one, next one. I actually, whoever's did this one, I'll give you some credit. This was pretty funny. So we've got Tom over here, and it says, "Deaf boy watching porn." The neighbor. First
You
of
can
all,
only imagine. You can only imagine the sort of noises that he would make.
that is
Also the
very
fact
true.
that also the
No.
fact that, he doesn't know that the volume's on 100.
So while he's watching a interracial gangbang,
The neighbors,
are hearing
the
every
neighbors are
bit of
just
it.
hearing the aftermath. They're
German
like,
dungeon porn.
now what if the neighbor was enjoying it as well? Because I mean, not all neighbors. Now this might be like an old guy, but what if it was a nice young bachelor? He hears that, he's like, must be some good porn he's watching over there.
I don't. First off, I don't think that's anyone's first thought. Man, what's that dude beating off to? No one thinks that way.
You don't
Jared.
know what
That's
people
exactly
think.
you.
You don't know
That's
what
you.
people. You do not
Like
know.
they
You
listen
do
in
not know
like,
what people think.
Let's whisper through the
Is that,
keyhole.
I'm
what's the
telling
U-
you, you
what's
don't
that
know what
URL?
people think.
Is that
You
a-
do
is
not
that
a-
know
Knock on
what
the
people
door.
think.
Is
So,
that the
hi,
most
sir.
double penetration I'm hearing right now?
You're like, "Hi, sir. I heard you would listen to some high quality porn back there."
Let me ask you: are you watching your porn in 4K or 1080p, please?
I'm gonna be honest with you, sir. That audio quality was at least 1080p.
1080p.
Are you on Browser or Pornhub? I need to
able
know.
I was able to discern every grunt and gasp.
You still use LimeWire?
All I can tell you is.
Oh my
I know,
god!
I know he's using monster cables, not rocket. Fit.
Some high quality HDMI's. Oh god, that would be great. That would be great. Oh yes, yes. This is. I know this had to be Ken. This had to be
Yeah.
Ken. All
It's
right.
an old meme format now, but
When it's never old.
It's an older meme, sir. But
When
it
she
checks out.
asks if she looks fat and you reply no, and it auto-corrected to move. All right, I'm ahead out. I'm ahead out.
You just kind of gotta take the L on that one.
Yeah, you gotta take a massive L. Bro, I can't tell you how many times I've typed in something and it autocorrects to something that I didn't mean to say, and people are like, they'll rephrase it and then put a question mark, and I'm like, look,
yeah.
I don't know what's going on. My phone's got a mind of its own. It has a complete
Maybe the
mind.
phone is trying
Please
to
believe
make
me.
something out of you. You ever think about that? Like,
It's trying to make a man out of you.
I think it's trying to tell you, look, you don't need to be afraid of her. What's she gonna do? Leave you? You can find another woman. And it's like,
maybe that's some sort of social engineering where they're like,
You just
gonna
see her.
say things that.
maybe every time the phone reads your fingerprint, it's also reading your inner thoughts and knows what you really want to say.
maybe.
Read your brainwaves.
Maybe when you're typing stuff in your notepad, it's you're taking that and using that in an actual autocorrect sequence, and that's how it's able to do that. Because I always wonder, I'm like, wait a minute, I've never texted the cuss word to anybody, so why do I got a cuss word on my autocorrect? Like,
That's a lie. You're always doing that to me.
I mean,
Goddamn ducking good.
dang, Ken, why you always snitching on somebody, bro?
Oh, that's right.
Oh my god, bro,
And,
the
speaking of snitches,
here we go, the biggest snitch of them all. Spider-Man's real name is Peter Parker.
You motherfucker! Let me catch you
Bro.
in the streets, homie.
Bro, I
I'll cut
saw.
your head off your shoulders.
You got to describe it a little bit better, man, for our audio audience.
Okay, so we've got Tekashi 6ix9ine. So hold on, if you watch Spider-Man, what was it? Far From Home.
No,
Yeah, it was Far From Home.
no,
That's far from
no.
It wasn't. That was Far From Home.
Yeah, it was far from home. Never mind.
Yeah. So at the there was a spoilers. But I mean, anybody who hasn't seen it now, what's going on? But there was, what was it? The second end credit at the end of the movie was pretty much them revealing Spider-Man's real name. And so on the billboard, instead of it being the person that reveals it, it's Tekashi 6ix9ine. And it's Spider-Man looking at the billboard as he says, Spider-Man's real name is Peter Parker. And then Spider-Man's got his hands on his head like, oh no. Like, uh-oh.
This motherfucker.
This guy.
Tekashi Snitch 9.
Oh,
just
you know.
killed my hand.
I've been
Well,
seeing this so much with it. There was a SpongeBob meme with Tekashi 6ix9ine that was absolutely hilarious, and I cannot remember what it was for, but it was funny. It was perfect. I said, "This is great." I said, "Thank you, Takashi, for bringing us a new meme format."
Selling them out just with all the others.
Yeah, he's
He's
like, "If I'm gonna go down, you're all going down with me."
I guarantee the gangsters will help Spider-Man out. Say, we got your back, bro.
Wait, your real name ain't Peter Parker. It's Pan Parker. We know.
We got you, homie.
All right. Oh
First off,
God,
he
here we.
put he put most of them
Bro, Tyler. Okay, guys. So
in. First
for those-
I told you,
for those
Tyler
of you
can't
guys
put-
who are watching the podcast via YouTube, Tyler has the darkest memes you can ever not unsee.
He doesn't go for dank memes. He goes for dark memes.
He goes for dark memes. So look, I'm warning
that
you
thing
if
is
you.
so small.
It is
You
very
need better
small.
Resolution for your memes too, Tyler.
Yeah, come on.
Hold on.
All right, so we've got what looks to be a very, very deranged mental Mickey Mouse. Very deranged. I don't even know how to describe it to you guys who are listening. This is just an effed up Mickey. Think of, I hate to say this, and please forgive me,
Please forgive me.
a retarded Mickey with the tooth, like
No, remedial.
remedial
Don't say
a remedial Mickey. I was trying to, I couldn't think of the proper word, so forgive me for those.
We're a young podcast, Jeremis. We
I'm
can't be
sorry.
making
Forgive.
mistakes like this early
Oh
on.
God, we're
already
getting. Look,
cut.
we're already in the news. Look, I
We're
see it now.
already blacklisted from the system.
We're done. We lost it all. It's
they could never find us and ask Jeeves.
that's
Oh my
true.
God.
So they it's a crazy Mickey basically, and it says when you ask the Jewish girl for her number and she starts rolling up her sleeve. God, I have no control over these people, guys.
As we all know, Walt Disney, not a big fan
Not a
of the
big
Jews.
fan.
Mm-mm.
Not a big fan.
Tyler,
Yeah, we still love him and his stuff.
well, I don't know if people love him more so of his stuff that he created.
Yeah, I like his creations more.
Yeah.
Than anything. Definitely.
Oh, well, I'm gonna say that, or I'm gonna say something about that after this. So I'm gonna hold on
I
to it.
didn't know that Disney hated the Jews like that. I really didn't know that
Yeah,
until like
he-
later on in my years.
He
I was
really,
like, yo,
really-
He did a good job at hiding it until now. So
Until now.
Tyler,
But this-
Tyler has revealed he blew the top off of it.
he did. This one was actually very, very messed up. This.
Oh my God.
All right, so we've got our boy, the Pit Boy from Fallout. I was like, kid out of the store looking at lollipops. Kid tells his uncle, "Uncle, can I get a lollipop, man? I'm a little hungry. I want a little sweet tooth." The uncle's like, "No, we've got some at home." Little does he know, the lollipop is the uncle's crotch,
The lollipop at him ain't so sweet.
and that we don't. That's
I got
definitely
the
not.
lollipops for you right here.
I got the
That's
biggest
sea
lollipop
ice
ever.
cream.
New Yorker?
So I just want to say, for all of you guys who come at me and say these memes are absolutely disgusting, blame Tyler. These are
Yes,
Tyler.
blame.
These are the dark. This is Tyler's section here. We need to have a
We
section
cast
for.
all responsibility on Tyler.
We need to have a section for
Because it's
for all
Tyler.
the
This is
good
me.
memes and then dark memes, and then it's just
Like
all
Dark
Tyler's
needs
meme.
to be at the end.
First off, we already told Tyler the new rules. He has to post news articles in the actual in the chat, or else his memes get.
I do.
No, you don't.
Which news article?
I've
did
been
you
doing it on a
post?
OneDrive, but then we changed it and shit.
We didn't
so.
even. We've never done. Tyler, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Was it OneDrive? It was one of those drives.
You mean Dropbox? Because I didn't.
There you go.
How did you
That's
get
one of those
Dropbox and
drives.
OneDrive mixed up?
I don't.
They're
know.
completely spelled differently and they sound
I know.
different.
But
They got a
both
D
from
in it and
Microsoft.
an R.
yeah,
Doesn't mean because they're both from Microsoft. What does that got to do with anything? You still messed it up. You said OneDrive.
What's love got to do with?
Well, it don't have to do nothing with this conversation, but I don't know what you're talking about, Tyler. You know what? Take your dark memes and put them back under your bed with all the rest of the horrific stuff you probably
They
got.
can't fit on the bed there.
Is that all the memes we have?
Yes, that is all the memes
I
we
mean,
actually.
I can give more. I have
Well,
more. saved.
I mean,
I got more.
If someone wants to
No,
give
not
more
you.
memes,
Let's-
we can.
we'll
I-
say-
I
we'll-
do have.
We'll save some. We'll save some for the next one.
I do actually have
Oh.
my philosophy question.
Oh,
So-
yes.
So if no one else, no, I don't want to take up time for anybody else if they do have memes. But I
Oh
do
no,
have
we
a
don't. Well, we did. That was
One
actually
more.
that was.
No.
One
No,
more.
no,
We can do
no,
one more if
no,
you want.
no, no, no,
One
nope,
more.
nope.
No.
We're done. We're done.
Come on.
Nope. Next
Come on,
podcast.
please.
Next
No,
podcast.
majority vote.
Next time. Majority.
Come on, kid. You supposed to be on bus. fine.
Te-
Next time. You've had 4.
Look,
I
you
had
look.
4?
Yes, because those first 2 were yours, Tyler, and then the last.
Yeah,
2
you
were
did
yours.
have more than anybody else did. I didn't even put my meme. I didn't even put my meme of the day
What
in
was
there.
the
'Cause
Spider-Man one?
Mine.
That was Ken.
Oh.
The SpongeBob and the Spider-Man one were mine.
Yeah,
You
that's
had
Ken's.
4 of them. You
Oh
took
my bad. Okay, never mind.
Exactly. Well,
Yeah.
well, yes. That's
I'm
how
gonna
our
put it
memes
at
of the
the
day
end.
work. Tyler doesn't even
Subscribe.
realize he had the
Tyler just-
spotlight of the show
He-
with the
he can just put it
memes.
at the- He can put it at the end of the YouTube video. He'll just put it in
Yeah.
there.
He'll just put his last
It's gonna
meme
be like right by subscribe. Just subscribe.
for the the very end.
Put over Jeremy's face.
Don't do that.
I ain't gonna do
Bro, he gonna do that in the highlight video. Watch him do that.
that.
Just savagery. Well, thank you, Tyler and Ken, for the memes of the days. We don't let.
History is written by the editor, as they
That is
say.
true. Yes, that's very true. All right, well, now let's go ahead and move on to we got question of the day and we got a philosophical question, so we gotta get your brain going first. So read.
We can do the question of the day.
You want to do the question of the day first? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So here's I'm bringing it to you. I'm bringing this heat. This is fire right here.
Got you.
Would you rather have spaghetti for fingers,
Okay.
spaghetti noodles for fingers, or every time you yawn, spiders came out of your mouth?
Fuck that. I would have had noodles. I would have had noodles. I can't do it. Oh, every day would be a nightmare.
A tarantula just comes right out of the mouth. You're like,
Oh,
"Ah!"
that's a good one, too.
That's a
Just
good
yawning.
one actually, because if you have spaghetti noodles for fingers, there's no way that they are opposable like digits.
No,
No.
but you can wrap your finger around somebody's neck and choke them to death with the noodle.
Noodles
What?
aren't that strong.
They're very
No,
soft.
see, what I understand is that your hands become noodles, but they still have the
First off-
state of the human body, so they're
First
still
off-
strong as fuck.
first-
So
First off,
I don't know what
Tuesday.
Tyler is thinking about, but
He never said they were cooked spaghetti noodles. They may not be that opposed.
they may be cooked, maybe uncooked, they may be wheat.
each time you bend a finger, you hear a crack.
They just fall off.
My thought process is, if you have spaghetti noodles for fingers, that's going to impact your life a lot more than if you yawn and spiders come out.
No.
If they're little spiders and I can wipe them away quick,
No.
you yawn way less than you use your fingers, Tyler. You yawn way less than you use your fingers for every. All right, look, I'm going to get crude because I'm a crude person.
All right, here we go.
Are you really going to beat your dick with spaghetti noodles?
Yes!
Look,
I'm ready to do that and have
First
spiders
off,
like, I'm fapping, and then suddenly
I'm
a
not-
fucking spider comes in my mouth like,
Well, okay, so what about this? What if
I'm like,
because
ah.
what if
I
you
don't think I
yawn,
got the
but
juices
what
on
if you
I don't think they'd be
yawn,
able
but
to
you
bust.
don't yawn with your mouth open? Because the only like you go.
Yeah, spiders that's in your mouth now.
yeah, they just got them in your mouth now.
No, what if they only come out of your mouth? They only come out if
You
your
didn't
mouth is
say that.
open. Oh well.
You did. You did.
Well, oh well.
Specify.
I don't need to specify. There's a million.
Yes, you do.
Okay, you want me
It's
to
like
really
a wish
get?
on the
I
Dragon
can
Ball.
really get specific with
First off,
You
this.
could get
Alright.
used to that, though.
No.
No.
Yes, you could. Yes,
No.
you could. You could get used to the fact that
I
okay.
I
you
get used to
feel-
slapping my
it's-
dick
it's
with
like a
spaghetti
sneeze.
noodles. Then.
Yes.
It's
How are
like
you slapping your?
asking-
How do you do that?
it's
That-
like
what is
that?
is,
What was that?
let's change the grammar of the question just a little bit and say
Okay.
every time you sneeze spiders. Well, now you know that every time you feel a sneeze coming on, you're like, oh, you prepare, and you're like, oh, well, the spiders here. Like yawning is the exact same thing. If I feel a yawn coming on, or if I'm tired, I'm like, okay, there are going to be some spiders.
And I mean, you'll probably be used to it by now, so it wouldn't even bother you at that point.
So-
But,
Like
but the spiders, I don't like
So,
spiders. That's
first
the
off,
thing.
nobody likes
This how you
spiders.
fat. This how you were fat with noodle hand. Noodle hand, some lotion.
There is no.
Why are you
way
putting
that
lotion on a
spaghetti noodles
spaghetti noodle?
Are doing the
what-
job for
How
me.
would I use hand? How would I use my other hand? 'Cause
How are you even putting the lotion on the spaghetti? That's what I'm trying to.
You finish explaining. Huh? I got noodle hands. You didn't tell me. You didn't specify the length of the noodle hands. So
It's the average
You
length of
figure,
a
like,
spaghetti
a
noodle.
couple of spaghetti noodles.
okay, so like this long. Okay, use my foot. Got the gel, like a paintbrush. It's like a paintbruch. The noodles get all soft, and then you just wrap it around your junk like a fucking string.
What have
so
you
your hand
done?
is not.
Why did you?
So your hand is now like this. So you're just like.
You shouldn't have mentioned.
Wait. So you're telling me
I'm just.
you're
looking at
taking a
realistic
you're
things
taking
that
a
you're
spaghetti
doing in your life.
noodle, you're spinning it around your penis.
Just
And
the
ha-
whole the fingers. Of the
So
spaghetti,
how is
just
the
wrap
how
around
is the
your dick.
spaghetti durable enough to endure you doing this?
Because your body is durable. Your body is becoming the noodle.
The-
So
but
you're
we're
still
not.
durable.
But your
You
spaghetti.
didn't specify.
I guess
that
the
I
only-
was-
No,
but
a spaghetti noodle. You
The only
don't need any
question
more
really
specifics than
becomes-
that.
Is
Let's
each
get it done.
individual finger just one spaghetti noodle, or is each finger like I don't know, like 10 spaghetti noodles?
Yeah, that's a good
that
question.
Are like, that are like in like a.
Let's go hardcore and say it's only one spaghetti noodle.
Okay, one big ass spaghetti noodle.
no!
One
No,
big ass
my-
one, or like
No, it's
two
it's
big ass one.
it is
That
one
makes it
regular
worse.
spaghetti
Hold on.
noodle, very
Hold on,
thin.
hold on.
Okay.
Hold
Okay.
on.
I'll yawn spiders.
No,
any day of the
No,
week.
the noodles will be pliable.
Hold
And
on.
they're cooked. They're cooked. They've been in the pot. They're the squiggly. They're not hard. They're the cooked ones
Go
now.
ahead, Ken.
So if people can learn to paint with their feet, why can't you do other stuff with your feet?
I mean, you.
Why can't you get a hand transplant?
What the fuck?
Stop this right now. What the fuck are you doing?
You said with your feet? I'm trying to figure out.
Tyler, the door is that way. If you want to go ahead and just exit out real quick and come back. If you-
This is a family podcast.
We've just gone right.
Is it?
We're
Is
going.
it a family podcast when you
This is a-
just
this
said
is a
like
family show.
I think
We
the
were-
fact that you
Wait.
interpreted how you would beat your meat with a spaghetti noodle, I think is the most impressive thing because it doesn't make any sense to me how you're making that work. This man said he's wrapping it around and he's just going because it takes the shape and form and
It's
strength of your
sturdy.
hand. How? It's a
sturdy.
noodle.
Look, let me finish. It's sturdy because you got the gel. You got the gel or your whatever you fat lip. You got it on the noodle.
What
So
if
it
you
makes-
go raw? What if a man raw dogs his cock? What if he raw dogs it?
With the raw dogs with the noodles?
Because say the noodle is cooked.
Well,
The noodle has water on it.
Okay, it'd be like fapping with your hand without no
You gotta put
moisturizer.
some-
You
you
just
gotta put some butter on it.
buttered noodle,
Oh my god.
Buttered noodle beat off.
First off,
bruh.
you can use your
You and
palms.
Ken are gonna have a
You can
good
use your
time with that
palms. You can-
experiment.
There you go, you got this. Like your
First
fingers
off-
on the noodles, right? So you do like this, palm. And it wraps around the shit instantly. So you're like slow. You start off slow, like you usually do.
It would have to be that exact.
you were-
sound.
Okay, so what about if you're in a relationship and your woman's like, I want you to touch me with your hands. What do you
Oh,
what you doing
oh,
then? How, you gonna go? You're gonna do this
talking to
with
the
your
king.
hand? You're gonna do
You talking to the
First off,
king?
The king of
king.
Cunnilingus.
There you go, the king of hentai right here.
First
So
off,
you got the noodle hands, so you
Oh.
already do this. Now just imagine if they're actually noodles. Okay, we about to have some fun. Man.
you just eat.
so first off,
How's that feel, gravy?
I'm the gravy.
if I got the spaghetti noodles, she gotta have the macaroni noodle fingers then.
Oh
Oh, so she can go like that.
no, because macaroni fingers they're hollow inside.
stop,
Yeah, I got you. Did this, Ken? I gotta finish.
Yeah,
it.
you did do
So
this
you
to
got-
yourself.
You got the
got-
hollow of the macaroni. Her
she got-
finger is a macaroni, so she does like this to
But-
your junk.
She gotta own
But her
those
finger,
fingers.
but her finger would be this big. It wouldn't be that
It
big.
would- no, her finger would be long though. It would be
It
long
would just
still.
be. It would just be multiple macaroni noodles.
Oh,
It's
okay.
Just so it'd be like this, just like
On your
what's the-
penis?
like a suction cup.
This gotta.
You're the
this gotta
best
be-
at sound effects.
Thank you.
We're moving on right now. We're moving on.
It's getting deleted from the podcast. Jeremy.
Okay, so no, wait. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Here
No,
on the
no, we'll talk
YouTube
about it
channel
afterwards.
at all.
You'll never
That's
spell
what's
that.
gonna delete this
My
part?
our audience will never see this again. This is the last
Oh,
time.
I
Hey,
can't
let
use-
me just wave and say, "Hey, Tyler, editing this. We're not gonna see any of this. Bye bye.
Bye bye, Tyler. Editing the highlight
Damn it.
video.
Jeremy, you're no longer allowed to pick the question either.
What? I thought it was a valid question. It's not
No.
my fault. Y'all dirty minded this thing.
I didn't start.
Dirty
this.
Tyler was
I'll do
dirty.
this. I'll take
You were the
I'll
first
take
one.
credit.
I didn't ask a very. it was nothing perverted until the
No,
question
you
got
asked how
asked.
you fap. You asked how would you fap, and I was like, oh, time to open the box.
No, Tyler, you
I
could have.
asked how would you fap because, as young men as we are, that's something that you're gonna have.
It was
to
a valid, and I
grapple
find. You know
with
what? I am still gonna continue to ask the
when
questions.
having spaghetti digits. And me personally,
Okay.
I would rather keep my humanoid hand if it means that every time that I yawn, which I could prepare for, I'm like, okay,
this.
spiders are coming out. Well, I'll just grab a tissue.
See,
I'll just grab whatever I have.
I get
and
where
then-
Reed was going. He was trying to prove a point
Now-
of you
now-
cannot go without your hands, and he was giving the example of, hey, you're a man who you like to jack it off
Hands
once in
are-
a blue
your
moon.
hands
You're
are
having
too
a hard
important to
time.
you, man.
First
They're
off,
too important.
and now Rita's assuming these are our tissue-sized spiders that are coming out. Jeremy did say a tarantula. at one
I said no.
point.
I didn't say a tarantula. I
Oh,
said
yeah.
So what if a tarantula came out of your mouth?
See, he's,
Well,
he's
that would actually be a little bit easier to deal with because then you could just yawn a tarantula.
Well, think
into a
about it. Would
paper
you rather
towel
have
and
one
step on it, and
tarantula
you're
come out of your
good.
mouth when you yawn, or a billion little spiders come out of your mouth when
I
you
don't
yawn?
have neither.
Well, if you're, but
Exactly.
you can't choose neither. You gotta choose
It would
one.
be so much more difficult if there were like a million different baby spiders.
Think of that.
It'd be
Well, yeah, a
even
bunch
more
of- oh,
difficult
come
than if
on.
There was one big
No.
one that you could just stomp out.
I'm
and it's like,
sorry. I hate spiders.
I'm
so
not
even
gonna
looking
stomp
at
on the
one
big
just
one. I'm
kinda-
scared of them. I can't do it.
Thank
even if
you.
it's-
I hate spiders too.
I hate
I'm not
spiders,
an
but I'll get
arachnophobe,
over my fear.
No, I
Yeah.
don't phobia of it.
But
I'll get
but I
over
hate
that.
them, and I hate them so much that I mean, if I had to yawn one up,
I have a phobia
I'd rather
of it.
keep my hand because that's going to be more essential to my life. later
Get- and
on.
At
then-
least I can whip a motherfucker with my noodles. I'm like,
Whip
I
who? Nobody's
Okay.
gonna take you. Your kids are not gonna take you seriously. They're like, oh Lord, here come
They
Dad
gonna
with them
get
noodle
whipped in the
fingers
face.
again.
First off, they're gonna get. I'm gonna get a hand transplant. That's what I'll do.
You can't. That
You
is
can't say,
nope,
you
nope.
didn't say
You
that.
can't
Nope,
get
well,
that. You
I-
didn't say
nope,
that. No, that's
nope,
some
nope.
bullshit.
Sorry, that's not part of the
All right,
question. You are not allowed to get it.
Jeremy is no longer ask questions. He just answers them after the fact.
I mean,
He
that's
thinks I'm good
I
enough
kind of
money.
sympathize with Jeremis. a little.
It was a fair
Like,
question.
They're meant to be thought provoking, and then later on you can kind of like parcel.
Yeah,
out,
you
like,
can't
"Oh,
just
what
keep
about this?
adding
What about that?
stipulate
What
more
about this?" And
stuff
it's
to
like,
the question.
you can't really.
All right, so we're writing out a history that humans can transplant body parts. Got it. Okay.
No, oh my God. We're moving on. We're moving on. Thank you myself for this question of the day that turned very dark. All right, we're moving on. All right, Reed. Maybe you can touch our brains in another way with the
my.
philosophical question.
This question that I have might actually be even more of a grenade.
Oh, look. Ken, are you gonna try to
Oh,
scrutinize this
shit.
one?
Here we go again.
Because
I'll
this
find
one is
ways.
very simple. It's very straightforward.
All right, I like that.
But it is very deep.
Oh.
Do we have a soul?
I do. Well, it's
Ooh.
dark as fuck.
If we can appreciate soul music, we have to.
Oh, shut up!
Yeah, Ken, let's dispense with all of the edgelord responses. Let's just start by
My
saying,
soul.
do we or do we not
Ooh.
have a soul?
First of all, I'm giving
I
reason.
believe we do, because each time I try to pass out, like, I'll be really sick sometimes, right? My temperature will rise up, and you'll pass out, the heat and shit. I have another side of me that keeps me from falling.
That's just
I
called
love it.
gravity.
No,
I'm
not gravity. Gravity, you'll be on the floor.
Gravity
No.
does help you fall. What do you mean?
No, it's like another side of me that keeps me awake. So when I'm like going black, like I'm seeing darkness, and I'm about to pass out, it's like, no,
That's
Wake
called schizophrenia.
is it? Oh, shut up! Stop making me look cooler than I already am.
All right, go ahead, Tyler. Go ahead. Finish.
But I already said it. Yeah. Yeah. It's like to me as a soul, and what keeps you, or a second opinion in your mind, kind of thing. Like that voice that you hear inside your head,
In your
each time you
subconscious.
breathe out something. Yeah, basically, that's your soul. You're speaking with your soul.
Okay, Ken.
I
Edgelord.
don't know.
Edgelord.
Edgelord.
King.
Call me Edgelord, the man that used to called himself Phantom, used to be called Blood Gaming. This is the edgiest man in the world. I think.
I'm just doing what the audience wants. All right, Ken. You got a soul, man? Well, I mean, he probably gonna say no. 'cause,
You got
I
a
mean,
soul, man.
we all know he don't
I
have
don't-
a soul.
do you know what a soul really is?
Tyler.
Are you getting confused with what your your conscience sense, your feelings, emotions, all that stuff? Are you just getting confused what that is a soul is?
Maybe they're all aspects of the same thing.
Could
Hmm.
be.
It's one thing, one being.
We
It's
don't
like
know.
the universe. The universe is just veins.
But do you think we have that aspect, Ken?
Do
I guess
you-
that's the question.
Yeah, I was gonna say feelings of deja vu. Do you have those as well? Because that's
Yes. Like I see, like in my dreams, I see an event, and then it happens in reality. It feels like the two universes of myself are colliding into one, and then they pass on. Like the summer solstice. I like the planets will align for a few seconds, and then choom, and go about their business. That's how it feels with deja vu. It feels like myself on multi verses just compiled into one for a few seconds and then dissipate. Go
Okay.
about their own business.
So what I'll do is I'll read like what they consider the formal definition of
a soul.
Of what
Yeah,
soul
go ahead and hit
a
us.
soul
Hit
is.
us with the knowledge, brother.
You can have kind of like a baseline to go by. So there's two definitions that they give. One is the spiritual or immaterial part of a human being or animal regarded as mortal, and the other one is emotional or intellectual energy or intensity, especially as revealed in a work of art or an artistic performance. So
See, I think I like that. Well, not I like. I
That
think
second
I
definition.
connect better with the second definition.
Wait,
Okay.
The emotional, psychological, intellectual energy. What do you think, Jeremis? Do you think that we like? Let's just, for my own sake, go by that second definition. What do you think about that?
I would agree. I think we do have some kind of soul. Yes, I would feel weird. I feel like it's one of those things that for me, even though there's a definition for it, sometimes it's a little bit hard to explain because I don't know how to properly say this, but
It's based on your
there's
mind.
there's this feeling like sometimes that your physical form, sometimes you end up leaving that. Like you have this feeling of there are times where there have been stories.
Oh, astral projection.
Kind of, yeah, astral projection, where it's like you almost you're leaving your physical body for a very hot second, because I could be wrong, but to me the soul is kind of what makes up a lot of like the these emotions, feelings, thoughts, things that we have. So for a fact we do have a soul, and its purpose is very great in our lives, and sometimes it can have an impact on how we approach situations and things, because the little voice in your head could very well be even though we consider it a subconscious, that could be your soul speaking to you. It could be.
Tyler's about to start speaking in tongues.
I know he's about to go. His soul is going out of his body real quick.
He's posing for his R&B album cover.
With the wind blow- oh, wait. Oh, where's my shirt? There it is.
The man with one soul.
I like how the second definition is talking about artistic expression. Tyler, is that my shirt?
No, this is my
Oh.
shirt.
Baby!
Go ahead, Dokan. You like how the second
wait.
definition was talking about artistic expression?
And I said in the very beginning, before I got called edgy, if you can appreciate soul music, you have a soul. Which means
No.
I explained that second definition.
I mean, yes. Some people say that music is the out of the soul. I just joking, Ken.
You got soul.
You got soul, sir.
Stop.
What's your out? You like who? Yeah, you got soul.
Mhm. Soul food is too also expressed.
Okay, Ken. Now we're going.
You going
Food is a part of the soul, Ken. Is that what it is? The more you eat, the more you're connected to your
Anything with
inner.
the word soul in it makes you get more connected to the universe.
How about Soul Calibur?
Soul plane.
First,
What about the Soul Stone from
Ooh.
Avengers?
chicken soup
Ooh.
for the soul.
How about Solstice? Solidify.
Solar.
Soul Tea.
Soul concubine.
What? It's not even.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the word, soul
Well,
concubine. That's a word.
So what about you? What about you?
Orgasm
What
word.
about you, Reed? You believe we got a soul, man?
I would have to say so. I mean, I'm not getting super political or religious or anything like that, but all I know is I've had experiences in my life that you could call spiritual.
Mhm.
I've cried listening to music.
That's
I've
good.
cried
That's a good one, yeah.
reading poetry.
Yeah.
I've had moments where art and literature have moved me, as a person. And there's no real scientific way to
Explain it.
speak about that or
Yeah.
explain it or quantify it or whatever. And so I'm forced to assume that there is some sort of element of humanity that is kind of
Beyond
I hesitate
explanation.
To use the phrase above that, but I think you all can understand what I mean. and
Yeah,
our
I get what
listeners
you're
can
saying.
Understand what I mean when I say that you experience things in life that aren't scientifically quantifiable.
Near the
Um,
vein.
So I'm forced to assume that yes, we do have some sort of thing that you might call a soul. There's probably other words for it, but yes, I would say so.
Spirits.
There are things in within us that are meant to connect with energies and elements of this universe that aren't strictly
Well,
explainable. So I'm
like-
forced to say yes.
Like the reason why, because it's very interesting too, because I think, and I think when I was in community college, when I was taking philosophy, somewhere along, I think it was that class. My teacher, wasn't my teacher, I forgot who, but somebody said, and I thought it was very interesting, but he was saying how as children, we are very closely connected to what people would consider the spirit realm, and our souls. We're closely connected to it, because they always say, you ever wonder how come when children's, they're playing with dogs, they can understand how the dog is feeling, and we may not see that, but the children can see it. It's like they're speaking to the dog. Not a dog whisperer, Ken. I know you were thinking that. Not a dog whisperer, but they can connect to, they can connect in ways that as adults we can't connect, because the idea is that the older we get, the farther away from the spirit realm we are. So we're not as connected. Well, what?
Like tricks?
No. You're saying that not a dog whisperer. I was thinking more along the lines of, because children have about the same IQ as a dog. They can
Dang,
think on the same wavelengths.
Dang,
whereas-
all of our
whereas
kid listeners, man, they're rising up.
I know, but anyway, whereas as an adult, our minds are bogged down by other things that could be, if we might be overthinking things that could be.
Well, it blocks. We're so
Not
focused
just
on we're focused on other things. It's kind of like we're blocked, and we're not. I don't know what the word is, but like meditation is kind of a thing that helps you, get connected to the world, to the spirits, in a way that you're not doing before.
You should try it.
You just gotta
Please.
look.
All my audience, at least try to meditate at least 30 to 40 minutes a day. You'll see
Tyler will help
improvement.
you. We're gonna have an off the top category with Tyler where you can meditate with him personally.
Half an hour with Tyler.
Oh, no lie, do not tempt me. I got the camera and everything. Oh,
I mean, why not? You said the viewers meditate, so why not? We were gonna save it, but announcement.
I don't think we do it daily though.
No,
not daily, it'll be like once a week.
Once a
like
month.
every Wednesday. Dang.
Once a month.
Okay, once a week, Tyler. We'll give it to
Too
you.
much-
Look,
too much
The
time.
if
sessions are so
if
powerful
Ken and
and
Reed are gonna
potent
have an
that
anime
people
roundup,
listen.
we'll let you have your half an hour with Tyler.
Hi, I'm Tyler.
Just don't
Hey,
cringe.
Tyler.
Don't be cringy, okay?
Don't mention
Unless that's your
that.
thing. Unless that's your thing.
Do I need to get an ASMR mic so I can
No.
whisper to the mic?
No,
Okay,
you don't need to do that.
we're doing too much.
First off, what we do need to get you though is an off the top yoga mat if you're gonna do it.
That is true. You need to
That
go
would be cool.
go find
No lie.
go find people who make custom yoga mats and holler at me. I'll
You
put
gotta-
it there.
you gotta
There's-
You can go to Subway since they found out their
They-
bread uses the same materials as yoga mats a long time ago.
Really?
Is
Mm.
that really a thing?
Very
It was.
very
I think
leathery.
I think they.
I wonder if I can find a custom mat.
You can find a custom anything, to be very honest with you.
Go to Cafe Press. Wow, they make yoga mats.
Wow, they make yoga mats
What?
too. Maybe Starbucks makes yoga mats. Just saying. I don't know. But thank you, Reed, for that question. That's a good question. Simple.
No, I thought,
But deep.
I thought that would be
Very
a little,
deep.
a little thought provoker.
Well, we love when
Do
you
you
give
have
them.
a soul? It's so simple, but it's so deep.
Yeah, it's a simple question with a
So
deep
'cause
meaning.
You got to look in yourself to find that answer.
Exactly. You have to really be self-reflective and think.
Well, Ken, you saw had a hard
what
time
am I
answering
doing?
it.
Me? No. I'm very in touch.
Oh, I could.
I know.
It costs $43, but I could.
I'm very in touch with my inner self. All right.
Are you talking about your wiener
In
or
touch
your
with
inner
your
soul?
Well,
My
you're also
wiener
in touch
is
with
not
your outer
inside
self.
me, I'll let
It's
you
in your
know.
it's in your
Oh.
pants, so it is in
It's
the
not
inner
inside
self.
me.
His outer self as well as his inner self.
Oh,
Well, what
Come on.
comes out from your?
First off,
I'm just
You-
saying.
if you ejaculate a piece of your soul every time, we're already soulless. I'm sorry.
You
True
just
shit.
no. What happens is that your body just transfers to that.
They walk in. Your brother walks in. And Reed is like, "Can I play?" Well, he wants to play some. Fuck, what's that game he was playing?
Apex Legends.
He comes and plays
Oh,
Apex, and
bro,
you're-
did you
and
see
you're
the
just
new
you're just a hollow-
season?
Hang on, Jeremy, hold it.
He's-
That was one of my times.
Oh, okay, okay. I'll hold off then.
Hang
and
on,
then
hang-
he and brother comes into play. He just sees a hollowed out husk just laying on the bed. You just look like the old man from Dr. Stone.
You just see from the boxes, you just see a
I
spirit.
look
from the
like
boxes,
Randy
just-
Marsh when he came all over his laptop, and they come in
Oh,
and he goes, "Oh, I'm so sorry. All this ectoplasm is disturbing me
Who's
all
for the
over
ghost?
all over the desktop. I don't know."
Oh god, so that was
I thought
hilarious.
this was America.
Come on, bro.
Come on, bro. What, bro? It's ectoplasm. I love South Park so much.
Fighting the bad dad.
All right, all right. Now that we got that out of our system, let's go ahead and dive into these topics for our beautiful people today. So one of the things I wanted to talk about, I didn't really put it as a topic on for this one, but I figured I'd talk about it because we're pretty much a few days away from it, and that is the release of the movie Joker. I'm going to go see. I'm definitely going to go see it. I'm very excited to see what they're going to do with this story, and it's rated R.
I like the memes they made for it when it had a bunch of like
Oh,
edgy people standing in line said 2 tickets for Joker, please, or whatever. And I'm like, this is so stupid.
it is.
Why did you post that one?
You
First
didn't
off,
think about it.
I didn't want to. I didn't want to take up everyone's meme space. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
Oh, shut up.
So, my
Yeah.
question to you guys is: are you guys gonna go see it opening night? Are you gonna see it in general? Are you gonna see it at all? Are you not gonna
I'll
go
see
see
it
it?
eventually, but not
I was-
opening.
I'll probably see it on the 4th or the 5th.
It comes out on the 4th.
Oh, I'll probably go see it on the 5th or the 6th.
Okay.
Well, according to what I've been hearing about the movie, if I'm a white man who is also straight and I go and see the film, I'm going to be basically a Nazi.
What?
No. Oh.
I mean, a lot of the coverage and a lot of the articles that I've been reading have been, why the Joker movie should make you afraid of white men, and I'm like, is that the angle that we're taking here?
Yeah,
For real?
Who
Like,
wrote
hold
that?
on.
I want to know who wrote
No,
this
seriously.
article. That's gonna be
Warner
interesting.
Brothers actually canceled all of their red carpet interviews because of that very same reason. They were being taken out of context by so many media outlets as being like, oh, well, is this Joker movie meant to embolden, white supremacists and all this? And Joaquin Phoenix actually walked out of an interview from someone asking him a question that was in that same sort of vein. And so I think that by seeing this movie, as a white man, I'm actually supporting Nazis.
Nah, that's just
that's
Joaquin Phoenix
that's
don't
an
believe that.
interesting take on it. I didn't.
I'm just.
I mean,
I'm
I'll go
just
see
telling
it
you
and
what the
see
internet's
see
telling
what
me.
it and see if it's anything like that. But I don't.
I mean, every Google story that I've seen when I wake up in the morning, I look at my Google News feed, and everything that I've ever seen about the Joker is, is this going to inspire the next mass shooter and blah blah blah. And I'm like,
Really?
I mean, I thought it was just a movie about a guy who kind of goes crazy and becomes the Joker at the end. I mean, I figured that was.
Yeah, but you
what
know how
we were
things now
dealing with
people
here, but-
take things out of context,
That's like
and
saying-
now more people are starting to do stuff. So
First
it's
off,
just like,
No,
It's
no,
to be a mass shooter. Joker's never shot people. He don't. Well, no, he has.
But thank you. Shut up.
Yeah, you
I like
ruined-
things
you
he's-
ruined
not
yourself.
As much as other things he's done.
Okay, I will
He's
say this
done-
though. That's like saying, like, blaming. If you fell in love with someone, that's like blaming a movie drama that you just saw when 2 people fall in love. I blame this movie for putting me in love.
Yeah.
I mean, you mean like the how they compare shootings to video games? How like, oh, well, if you're
Yes,
playing
I'm
a
like,
video game, you're gonna
there's
probably
no
you're a
Well,
killer.
this real life shooting is just like Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, where you went to an airport and you shot all these people. And it's like, actually, it's nothing like them, and they're not
Nothing.
connected at all. But I mean, if you say so.
I mean, if you want to
So,
make that connection, go
Yeah, I
ahead,
mean,
but
I'll go see the Joker movie. I'm actually looking
Oh,
forward to it.
definitely.
It looks like a very, very different version
Yeah.
of the Joker that we haven't seen before. That's
Yeah.
kind of more of a psychological movie.
that's what I was
Uh,
thinking. It would kind of be more psychological, which is why it's kind of it interests me a little bit because I'm interested to
Mhm.
see how they're going to create the Joker from this type of scenario. And I was like, it's rated R too, so I'm like, it's got to
Yeah.
be some crazy stuff
So
going
my
on.
serious answer would be yes, I am going to go see the Joker. Probably not opening night, but I'll see it eventually. And we'll see what happens. It could be a good movie, could be a bad movie. I don't know. I'll go see it and judge it for what it is.
Well, hopefully, it's a good movie. I need some good movies coming out.
Alright. I need some good horrors, but that's mostly video games.
Oh yeah, you're talking about gaming stuff. That's a little different.
I
But
want
yeah.
horror, but no, I want a good horror movie, but it's just like they haven't been able to do anything like that in a while.
Ah, it's because now it's just really nothing but a bunch of jump scares, and you don't know how to actually put the horror in horror. And it's like now if you try to do like a horror movie, people get so offended. Some people will get very offended, and they will like go in an uproar because it's like, oh, this is too graphic. My children can't see this. It's like
Your children's not supposed to be here.
like you're not supposed to take your kids to see a man get his head chopped off. That's
So-
not what this is about.
I'm thinking the next step for horror, instead of jump scares, is jump smells.
Ooh. Yo.
So
Yo,
it's
you walking down the
smelling
hall
it?
and you smell straight ass.
That would scare
I was-
anybody.
I wasn't gonna think about ass. I was just gonna think about like
naked
Just
grandma
running-
off of it.
I was gonna say rotting corpse or something like that.
Oh.
Not ass. Something that's related to horror. Like
Naked
you're just,
grandma.
you're just in the movie theater watching a movie and they just shoot horror.
You
they
walk
just,
through a hallway
shoot-
and you start
they
smelling
shoot you with
ass
some
and
horror
you're
smells, you're
"Oh,
like-
I'm startled.
they shoot
Story.
they shoot the horror gas in your face. Oh no!
Oh,
God,
wait, no.
God, no,
That's better
why?
than that. Just hit him with the scarecrow shit.
It's a dead corpse. Oh,
Is that
I can
rotten
smell it.
greens or blue cheese? I can't tell.
I can smell it now.
Look at it. Look at it.
That
I
would
want you
be
all to look at it.
disgusting. I wouldn't be scared.
just
I'd just be sick.
It just reminds me of the SpongeBob scene when he was breath smelled bad and he's in a movie theater.
Oh my god, yes. Yes.
Oh, not at all, boy.
That's
He makes the face.
that's funny.
Eyebrows just Patrick's eyebrows burn off. I have no
Oh.
idea what you're talking about.
That one guy he's like, "Excuse me, I hope my ugliness doesn't bother you." Oh, that's okay.
That was one of the best moments in SpongeBob by far.
That was really good. Oh man, I love that. I love SpongeBob. Great show. But yes, so I'll see the Joker too. I don't know. I really want to see it, but I'll probably see it the day after. I don't really think there's gonna be a lot of people there, but I don't want to risk it. So I'll probably see it like maybe the day after, because I know Destiny, she wants to really see it. And I was like, well, I'm waiting for the Harley Quinn one next, because I'm sure they're coming out with
That's
that one.
Suicide Squad. That's Birds of Prey.
Yeah,
It's gonna be a-
but it'd be
Harley Quinn-
nice.
No, I don't think the world is ready for.
I
just
am.
No. Let me finish. The world is not ready for a movie about how Harley Quinn is really created, which is this current age we're in now, where there's a woman that's being Stockholm syndrome by an insane man. That's
Beating
gonna
the
that'll give too many stories.
Yeah,
I don't think we can do that movie in a.
But it's
2022 world.
non-fiction. It's fiction.
we could make
If
it
you're gonna-
work.
If you're gonna do a real Harley Quinn movie, that's how it would be. If you're gonna
True.
do like an animated movie, it could be fake about whatever.
And there's no way that Hollywood would ever do a really like
Dark Harley Quinn
accurate,
movie.
authentic Harley Quinn movie. Yeah, it just wouldn't.
That man beats on his wife. Of course, that's the fucking Joker.
It's
Duh.
like, yeah, but
You don't
think
really
that
see that in the movies,
Do
though.
you think that those normies would get that?
no.
No, normal people be like, "What? This is bad. This is abuse."
This is a movie about an insane man just beating a woman until she's like,
I
"Okay,
sub-
I love you."
I
Beats
submit.
her.
I
Okay,
submit.
I still love you,
Mr. J. That's it.
Mr. J.
Good.
All right.
Good, Harley.
Thanks, Tyler.
You know that's his nickname, Mr. J, and you said that,
Mm. True.
so you gotta be his Harley Quinn now. 'cause
No,
you said it.
I'm- Dang it! I'm
You
wearing
gotta
wearing
care.
red too. So dang it!
Hey,
I messed up.
or B.
Oh my god. All right. Well, we're gonna go. All right. So, Netflix, Snapchat. Wait. No, Netflix.
What?
I'm sorry. Netflix, Hulu. All these subscription services that we all can't afford because they keep putting it on us. Well,
Yeah, man.
Snapchat said they're gonna get in the game too, and they're gonna make Snapchat Originals. They're gonna start their
Oh.
own service to compete with those Netflix and Hulu lovers. Now you can go on your Snapchat where you send private news to your boyfriend, and now you can watch a show while you wait for him to reply back with a dick pic.
Oh my.
So
That's convenient.
yeah, I realized too. I said there's too many
Personal.
there's too many ways to communicate. Like Snapchat is doing a lot for an app that I barely like. I don't know how many people really use. Like to make a Snapchat original.
Now, do the movies that you get through Snapchat original do they disappear after one viewing, just like all Snapchat?
I don't believe so. I don't. It didn't say it. It's
would
you,
suck.
you can only view it once and that's it. That would be interesting though. That would be very interesting.
No, that's stupid. I would never be a Snapchat original.
Yeah, well, I don't understand, like, who, first of all, I don't watch my stuff in portraits, so that's already, like, a no-no. And second of all, who uses Snapchat? Who says they're gonna go watch a movie or a show on Snapchat? Like,
I don't even have a Snapchat.
So
I
think
have
you-
Snapchat, but it just,
is a movie or a show.
I had a Snapchat from my last girlfriend, and not anymore.
I downloaded it so she could send me nudes. When we broke
sent-
up, I deleted
she
it.
sent me a little something after
What do
we
I
were
need
done.
this-
I was just
what
like,
do
all
I need
right.
this for?
Ever
I don't
since
need it
found out
anymore.
ever since I found out that app snitched on me when I screenshot.
Bro, that was the one thing I didn't get about Snapchat. Why is it that if you screenshotted something, it told the person, hey, you should screenshot? Like, isn't it supposed to be
'Cause-
discreet?
No.
Yes. You're
They
not
don't
supposed
want
to
you
know
to-
whether I screenshot it or not.
That's so bullshit.
If a woman, if a nice lady wants to send me a picture of her voluptuousness, and I screenshot it, she knew this was gonna be.
No.
notified.
But-
She verified. I said I'm gonna screenshot this.
But to be fair, if she doesn't care, then she won't say nothing about it. She has the right to choose. to
I
be
mean,
upset about
yes,
it.
but
No,
but then
true.
she could choose just to be annoyed
Just
just
be a bitch.
because.
Now she probably can't do anything to you in the court of law for you screenshotting it, but she can say you're a dickhead for doing it when she told you not to.
Why you gotta be a
I'll
dickhead?
take that.
I mean, okay, I
At
guess.
least I won't go to jail.
But I mean,
I still got
that's
the
why you do
picture of
Instagram
you
stories. It lasts
naked.
longer.
So who's the real loser here?
I mean, you're the
Yeah,
one sending me the
I
picture,
did-
so really, who's the problem? Because it ain't
Who
me.
I
Who came out further ahead at the end of the day?
who procrastinated?
I sent her a message back saying thank you, my spaghetti fingers appreciate it.
Oh my god.
That's all you hear, right?
Well,
Like,
you
you
see
say,
Reed,
send him a
Reed
voice
with his
message.
like, want to see a
Around Mike
trick?
Johnson in a weird sound effect.
You just send him a voice message.
It's like you know, like those little adhesive hands you can get in the quarter machines, and you slap them against stuff.
You are bad.
Really?
You're a bad
I
kid.
remember a meme I saw a long time ago. It said when the girl's on top, but you want to slap her ass, but you don't want to lean up. So they had the little sticky hand. They threw it and slapped her ass.
Wow. I don't know what to
It
say
was
to
not,
that.
it wasn't it actually showed that, but it was a picture that emphasized.
But you know what we're talking about.
I know what you're talking about, but
Reed's like, that's a good move.
It is. I know, lie. That sounds real.
That's one of my pickup lines where, you know, if you're in a conversation with a girl and you somehow navigate the conversation too well, what you really need is your handprint on my ass.
all right. So
It's like,
going
I
back,
can see it now.
Oh.
You be like this with 2 slapsticks. Like, I gotta double cheat this.
all right. So going back on the Snapchat stories, I'm gonna read you a few. I gotta keep it going. I'm gonna read you some of the ones.
Keep going.
Now- Now, one of them I actually did watch, and I'll give my thoughts in a minute. But
What was the name of it?
it's called Dead of Night.
Oh,
So it's basically about a zombie like an outbreak. They don't really want to say They don't say zombies, but basically people are just starting to eat people, which is zombies basically.
cannibal.
And you have this one,
Cannibals, got it.
and basically it's this one girl who is trying to figure out what's going on. Her father is part of a lab, you know, the story, and then she, you know, is trying to get some answers, you know, and it's all being done through her phone. So she's uploading to Instagram, and she's taking pictures, and she's Snapchatting, which of course they're using their own little app, and Snapchatting to figure out what's going on. So it was weird. Like it wasn't the worst thing I've seen. It wasn't the worst thing, but it wasn't something I would watch again.
So I would like to interject. In a zombie apocalypse, if you're trying to communicate with people, Snapchat is the worst app you could use.
Literally-
because if you
Bro,
go to the screen,
I said the same
all of
thing.
conversations are gone.
It was
You're like,
Snapchat and Instagram that were used the most through it all. There was like they kept sending each other links, and then I think they used Skype as well. Like when they wanted to actual video chat, they used Skype, and I was like, what? Like
Skype is the worst thing you would do. Why are you gonna start talking through the thing? when they're
I don't.
trying to-
I like that was why I was like, This wasn't the worst thing, but it was
I
like
can imagine.
it was like it just didn't make any sense. Like you're using all these multiple. Like why are you using Snapchat, Instagram? It's like I don't. No, this is.
I can imagine like them sending through Snapchat this is the address we're meeting at. And then you look at it, but something happens and you close it.
And it
go
goes
back,
away.
it's gone. And you're like, wait a second, I missed the address. Can you send it back? This
No.
person's already avoiding zombies, trying to make it there and stuff like that.
Dying.
So 30 minutes later, they finally see your Snapchat and you just like, and it just says, where's the address again?
Right.
And then they're like, he's just fucking dead at this point.
So yeah, you
Let
got
it go.
you've got Dead of the Night, you've got Commanders, you've got the Dead Girls Detective Agency, which has 3 seasons on Snapchat. So if you want to,
Whoa.
What?
We
Yeah.
recorded 3 seasons.
Deep Creek, which has 2 seasons,
Hey,
Got
I'm
that
from
around
here.
here.
Two Sides, Endless Summer, Growing Up is a Drag.
You know what? I think we could
Drag Race. That has something to do with Drag Race.
No, it's a drag star,
I
like a drag
think-
queen.
Drag Race. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about like a drag,
Drag
an actual drag
queens.
race.
If I
No,
could-
no, actual drag queens and shit.
You want to interject, Ken?
Yeah, I want to interject something.
He's
This is kind
watching
of off top, but it's about stories.
Okay.
I think we could make a series about Tyler being the hentai king, and we can shoot it in the same style that they shot Breaking Bad.
Oh, okay.
I'm the one that beats.
Oh my god.
I like that. I like that.
There you go. We're gonna make it.
He drops the fucking the SD card on the table, and he puts in his camera, and he's like, "Who made this shit?"
That would be okay. We'll see if we can make that a production because that needs to be made now.
Off the top original.
Yeah, that's what we're doing. We're doing off the top originals here. We need to create our own website so we can upload the content there.
See, we can all be in person. Jared Russell will be the drug lord.
shit.
I will be the porn lord, who is video chatting and through his phone because he's not with
Oh my
us in
God.
person.
So you just video chatting us through Discord,
This is
bro.
too much.
Bro, what's up, man? All right.
You got that good stuff. That good media. Yeah, man.
True.
That
So-
fucking media.
So yeah, guys, if you're ever bored of Netflix, Hulu, you want to cancel your subscription, go to Snapchat Originals. They got everything you need.
And
But-
soon, off
all right,
the top
but
of the list
Ken.
will be coming.
What you got for us today, buddy? I know you got a couple articles heading your way. Those are my articles. My loves. Snapchat
My
is
loves.
queen. So what you got for us today, Ken? Because we all know the one person that don't have no story is Tyler.
He said he had some stuff. It's just he
No,
didn't
no,
put it
no,
in the
no,
right
no,
chat.
no, no,
I'm
no,
joking.
no.
All right. You got some stuff to. All right, Ken. What you got for us today, man? Bring us that.
real quick. I'll be back in 1 sec.
Well, I guess on that note, we'll go ahead and take a quick break then.
Okay.
So we'll take a break, guys, since Reed left. We'll come back. We'll have Ken continue on
And
with his
while
stories.
we're taking our break, we can have the ad from our sponsor.
Yes, we will go ahead and play our
We'll
little
do
ad
it.
for our sponsor.
Beautiful sponsor, Anchor.
So we will be back, guys.
There's a demon.
And
moving
welcome
the
back,
webcam.
everybody, to Off the Top, where
Woo-woo.
what we said before, you will never know. We are
Mhm.
back with more good, juicy topics for you guys. So let's go ahead and get into it, Ken. We were last leaving off with you, Mr. Jorgen. Just guys, camera.
I can never be. You said the demon's name. and
Great. We have summoned him. It's over.
Never be
well, one thing. Speaking of Jorgen, I saw PewDiePie's newest chair, his 100 million merch chair.
I already bought it.
I've never quite wanted to blow money quite as.
I know, it's so clean.
So, his chair is already top quality, genuine Italian.
And it can do, do that.
It can do what you can't do.
Right.
It
It can do the unthinkable.
Tyler's can do it because it's broken.
Actually, my chair has no back at all. That shit's
How is
gone
that
now.
good for your back, sir?
I don't know, because I meditate. So when I meditate, my back is always straight. So I
All right. Moving on.
It's a simple workout setup for him as well because he can do sit-ups while sitting in the chair.
True.
Shit.
But anyway, so he now has a new one that is RGB glow in the dark, so you can set up an RGB with your. Now his chair was already kind of up there, but it's a cheap price, $399.99. Now,
Hey, look,
So-
it's genuine Italian leather, okay? Did you not hear
it can
him?
do that- It
No.
can do that thing.
It's how he just just casually said, you know,
It's not that
small
expensive.
wolf
It's
$3.99.
it's $3.99.
I gotta advertise it the same way he does.
Look at it, do this.
PewDiePie could be proud. We're gonna do this.
So
But am I gonna?
I believe it. Let me open it just to make
It's
sure I didn't get
RGB.
it wrong. Yeah, it's RGB, but so I won't get the price wrong.
It was like $4.69.
Double check that.
So I think you.
Yes,
Ooh.
it's currently on sale for $469.99. It's only $549.99. So it's only if you're thinking about it compared to what if you're originally going to buy it, it's only $70.
Now you could spend $4.69 on an RGB lit PewDiePie $100 million chair, or you could spend that same money and get a Batman chair as well.
Ooh, I'd rather get the Batman chair.
Oh, I haven't even seen the Batman.
Yeah, it's I think I don't know if it's by the same company, but they made a Batman chair. It's all black. It has the Batman symbol on the back, and it's like it's a Batman edition. I don't know. I was just like, ooh,
I was thinking, oh,
why not get both? One, I can have it for my editing rig, and then for my streaming rig. There you go. RG.
if I had a big ass room like that, no,
How about you get rid of
I was
that
thinking-
big bed?
I was thinking of doing that. No lie, I was thinking of getting back to a single.
I think
And put it right there in the corner. Then I got all this space to put like.
Exactly. See?
actually when I'm looking at it, it's a Secret Lab chair. I would do the PewDiePie one. It looks way better than the Batman one.
I mean, I was gonna do the PewDiePie one first because I like the PewDiePie one.
Oh, did PewDiePie's dog die? Not the pugs, but the
No.
one.
No.
They had 2 pugs.
Oh, because I could have
And none of
sworn
them-
like. One...
Whoa! Look, now PewDiePie's gonna block this video because you said something about one of the dogs.
No, he was playing with Jacksepticeye, and he was trying to bring one of the dogs across the bridge.
No,
and
it was
the
on his Minecraft probably.
You saw a Minecraft dog.
That's what I said.
No, you
Minecraft
did
dog.
not.
I
You
said
said
pug.
you
I
said did
not
one of
his
his
bugs,
you said
the
did one of his
Minecraft.
listen.
You let me finish the Minecraft.
No, you said did one of his dogs die. That was it.
You didn't let me finish.
You should've-
I was trying to say.
Why didn't you start off with did his Minecraft dog?
Yeah, what do you start off by saying? Did someone's dog die? You just immediately say something because you're just hurt.
They're not gonna let you finish that. They're not gonna be like, go ahead and finish what you were saying after dog. They're gonna be like, no, my dog didn't die. Come on, Tyler, you're opposite, man. He tells you the bad news first and then the good news.
I'm just broken.
Your man died, but I got rich today. It's like what?
No lie. No lie.
I knew it. Savage.
So the Batman one, or
Are you looking at the Batman chair?
I was looking at them. You can either customize a Secret Lab one yourself, which is $3.99, or if you do the Dark Knight one, which is just a look to it, it's $4.29.
Oh, that's not bad.
But
So,
it doesn't go all the way back.
but you can get both of them.
I don't
Keep
believe
it in my
so.
disc tray. I'm mad.
Tyler, you're gonna have to save a lot of money before you can buy any chair.
Oh no! I just go on Etsy or go to my store.
No. See, that's how. So, ladies and gentlemen, we've been getting on Tyler lately about the fact he's not a PC gamer, and this is the clear
I'm a
indication of
PC gamer.
why he's a console player. This is a console-like mentality, especially Xbox. PS4 people are pretty good, but Xbox.
Shitty.
Oh, whoa,
Oh, yeah.
whoa. That's
Oh,
true.
thank you, Ken. Thank you, Ken.
That might be true in a sense.
Keep this bump.
But my boy Reed's a PS4 player, so I'm gonna have to
Yo,
let
Ray,
him.
do you really love that PlayStation 4? Besides the single player advantages.
You mean
I
the
like
exclusivities?
exclusives of PS4, but no, I don't have any attachment to the console
Nobody.
itself. I don't care at all. I think the PC gaming is infinitely superior to
Let's
both
go,
of the
baby!
other
PC.
platforms.
Nobody can
But
touch
no,
it.
No, I don't have any attachment to PS4 as a brand.
But the point of the matter is, Tyler, is that the three of us have converted our lives into PC, and
I
you.
play way more on PC. Than
I'm sorry, you know me. I've gamed on Xbox. Since
It doesn't.
day one,
I
so-
gamed on Xbox for a very long time, and as soon as I got into PC, that was it. I dedicated my life to PC. I didn't stop.
I
I didn't-
Friends.
I would like you to know.
That's like leaving them.
after
You're not
the-
leaving your friends. You're
No.
you're abandoning them for a short
If I
period.
could push your screen off the edge, I would. Just...
Now that's a good joke, Ken. You're Ken.
I hate all of you.
Wow, what was that? That was just mean. That was mean, Ken.
That's our Ken.
I don't think you
Who
understand
else
what you
but
just did.
Ken?
Who else but Kenny boy?
I
Didn't.
mean, you could be one. What's worse than Apple Arcade or this isn't a story. I just came with it. Apple Arcade.
I already know
or-
where you're going.
What? Where am I going?
Are you going with the
Apple
Google
Arcade.
Apple Arcade or Google Plays service thing,
Well, I was gonna say the whole Google thing. Yeah.
or Stadia or the Apple Play
Stadia.
Pass, bro?
Yeah.
Look, I can deal. I would rather deal with Stadia than Apple Arcade because I don't have an iPhone. Because Stadia can go anywhere. So at least I can play. If I do get any games on there, I could take them with me. Apple
can go
Arcade, you
anywhere.
gotta have an iPhone, which is exclusive to iPhone. I'm not getting an iPhone for just Apple Arcade.
I don't believe that. You get things for less.
I mean, true, but Apple Arcade's gonna have some games that I'm like, I gotta play this game before I get an iPhone. Other than that, I've already pre-ordered my Stadia thing, so I've already accepted the fate.
Stadia is not even gonna. What are you excited for your Orcs Must Die 3 exclusive?
Yes, that's it. That's all I care about. That's all I want.
Which pisses me off, man.
I just no,
Alright.
Ken.
Read is on
As a-
Orcs Must Die.
As a fan, I love Orcs Must Die, and the fact that it's an exclusive is just
Ken,
pissing
let me.
me
I'm
off.
gonna be honest with you. The only reason why I pre-ordered is so I could be one of the first people to have the name, the username. That's it.
Oh, I got you. So
Why is it
yeah,
exclusive? What's that shit?
Because Google's got that money.
They didn't have enough money for their game, and Google was like, you know what? We need something. And then
We
they
need
paid
an
them.
exclusive somewhere. Orc.
What the fuck?
But
What the fuck? That's all I can say. Is it
um,
really worth it?
Go ahead, Kenny
you
boy.
gotta feed your family somehow.
Yeah.
I know,
It's-
right?
And
You get-
speaking-
you gotta make
speaking of
money.
Feeding your, speaking of feeding your family, it's gonna segue to our next thing. Pizza Hut's new cheese
yes.
pizza.
I haven't tried it yet. I'm waiting.
I
Me
want to
either.
try it.
I want to try it too. What we should do if we all get it and then we try it all together.
They come in 4s. We'll have to mail Jeremy's his, but you know.
I'll just go buy it.
This
It's
shit
all
gonna be
right.
moldy.
I'll go buy it. It probably will be. It
But,
probably
Have
will.
you seen it, Reed?
Eat my-
Yeah, we talked about it
Did we
briefly.
also- Okay.
The last time we spoke.
Yeah, I
the
swear we
cheese
talked about
pizza.
it with
I,
Reed.
uh,
We just never tried it yet.
I am. I'm interested. I'm
I'll-
intrigued.
I've heard the pepperoni one's the one to get.
Well, it's. I mean, of course, for the same price, you either get no pepperoni or you get pepperoni.
I'll get
That's
It's like,
stupid.
I'm gonna get pepperoni.
I'm
for
gonna get the
same price.
pepperoni just for the sake
They
of
should
trying.
at least just give you the option. Like I love this when pizzones, you were able to add extra.
Okay,
to the
okay,
pizzone.
Tyler. We all know you want a pizzone. No.
Pizzones are better. They're bigger.
Shut it.
First off, they made the pizzone smaller when they came back, so we don't even know that.
Oh, which is bullshit.
Right, so the pizzone's not even what it used to be. So get that out of here.
Yeah.
So
You're just
you
living-
gotta eat the
you're-
Cheez-It one. You gotta eat the Cheez-It one now.
Before it's gone, it's only limited. Time.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I do want to try it. I'm probably gonna get it tomorrow. Try it out and react
I'm
to
too
it.
broke.
Same.
Tyler, I'll send you the money.
Podcast ain't quite bringing in what we need for.
What you talking about?
Like I said,
You
I
can
can
get
up
you-
with these
maybe you-
dark-ass, dank-ass memes.
Maybe you can get a quarter of it, like a quarter of it.
Quarter of $7. Fuck.
Yeah. No, a quarter of the Cheez-It pizza.
$7.
No, we're not paying full price. You're just gonna get a little piece. You're gonna get a sample
Oh.
platter. You're gonna
fuck that.
like a Sam's Club where you walk by and there's a sample. That's what you're gonna get.
Yo, Santa's Claus pieces be on the shit, yo. I don't know what it is, but their cheese and pepperoni's amazing.
You know what also is good and probably people overlook. You know, like those high end like Walmart pizzas or whatever like that, or things
Them
like
big
that.
ass ones.
Those are
big-ass
considered
ones.
high end.
Yeah, those
For
should be good.
Walmart's high end.
What Walmart? Yo, okay, low
Yeah,
key.
Walmart got like this big ass.
Whoa, wait a minute. Okay, so I'm gonna put props on Walmart's name because low key they've been doing some things, and I give them some credit because Walmart, like they're like okay,
I'm gonna have to
From-
give them
from
some
credit.
credit myself because I've had the double stuffed, like the stuffed crust, Walmart brand pizza.
That shit is balls.
Walmart's
Man,
pizza.
It's banging.
Walmart's
then they
Walmart's
got
been
those
coming up.
It's banging. Hey, I know that you're like, oh, Reed, well, stuffed crust, blah, blah, blah. It's like, it's good.
It's good.
That's
Walmart
delicious.
pizzas are coming up. I'm telling you.
It's like
Walmart
those
is making
fucking,
making moves. They say we're coming
that.
after people.
Like they got them subs that are pretty fucking awesome. They got it.
The
well,
ones
they-
you heat- the ones you heat up, yes.
Yeah, that's the ones I'm talking about. Those shits are
Okay.
cool.
I was gonna say,
I haven't tried
fucking
those.
deli subs they have.
No,
sitting there,
no.
those are 7-Eleven subs basically.
No, the ones on they got them wrapped in like they're like 12 to 13 inches subs. And they're just like,
And if you go to the right Walmart, their fried chicken.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh, the
Filthy.
roasted
Yeah.
chicken is the oh my
Filthy.
god.
The roasted chicken, you
go
know
to the
the
right
you
one.
know when the roasted chicken is really good because you can smell it, and it smells
Fucking
Farm
farm
good.
fresh.
Hey, bro, it's the same thing with Farm Fresh. It's different for every place, but you go to the right place.
Yeah, it's fire. You're like, oh
Hey.
man.
And they do it right too. As at Walmart, they not only have where you can go up and like, hey, I want some chicken, and someone gets it for you. They also have the little warming thing where you can walk by and just grab it yourself.
Yeah,
if you're
just pick it
antisocial.
up and shit.
That's
It's
that's my
I'm
favorite
with people.
one.
Give me.
That's my favorite one.
It's just like 7-Eleven. 7-Eleven's doing the same thing. And some 7-Elevens, you're able to take stuff off the grill. Like the one down the street from my house, you can literally go in there. I want a hot dog.
Bro, I be
Go in.
sleeping on I was sleeping on 7-Eleven too because their
Grill.
their cheeseburger hot dog is fire.
Eh.
That's really good.
No,
Their
cheeseburgers
pizza
are
was
good.
amazing.
I know
A
that
cheese-
I know
it's called
most people
cheeseburger?
don't want to admit it, but 7-Eleven pizza is actually fire.
It used to be fire. No. It used to be fire. When that shit was like $5.55 and they switched it up because Little Caesars was whooping that ass.
Bro,
That pizza
Little
came out
Caesars,
nice.
Little Caesars is not all that great to be
Little
honest.
Caesars,
Yes, it is.
What? Bro,
Deep dish.
Tyler.
it's okay, but
I saw something that explained Little Caesars.
What?
Exactly, this picture. It said, Little Caesars, you have to eat the pizza within like 7 to 10 minutes, or it starts to become the box
yeah,
that it's in.
I can see that. I can see that. I can see that. I can see that
Real
being the
Caesars
case.
that I never liked is that when you eat the pizza, I would be picking the spices out of my teeth,
Oh yeah, like the
and
little
I'd be like,
piece of
I'd
tomato
look,
and
at
shit.
I'd look at it and I'd be like, I'm picking out like a big ass piece of spice, and it's just not a good look. So I can't.
And the thing about Little Caesars too, when you get their hot and readies, they don't ever seem to be cooked all the way through. Like the bottom of
Of
it
course
still
not.
like soft.
you have to get the $6 deep dish
Mm.
That's
Yeah.
what
because
they
they
do.
make the deep
Mm.
dish fresh.
You know what?
And you know they
I
do.
made a
You
I
gotta
made a
wait there for
mistake.
10 minutes.
I made a mistake when I went to Little Caesars because when I went to Little Caesars, that's when they were having the soft pretzel pizza, and it had it had the cheese. I didn't like the cheese
All
sauce,
flavor.
but everything else was not too bad. But the cheese sauce, I was like, I'm not a big fan of.
Have you seen Little Caesars deep dish where they have bacon wrapped around the crust?
I didn't
Oh,
see that,
yes.
but that sounds good.
I have not seen that.
That's really
They have
good.
it.
Dang!
don't
All right,
think
we
it's
gotta
bad.
go get all this. We gotta get all this food reviews.
I don't trust Little Caesars with a bacon wrap.
It's not fully cooked. You go into the toilet, you're just like, what is wrong with me, man?
First
Nah.
off, we know Little Caesars ain't using fucking fresh bacon. They got that
Of
fucking.
course
They got that- they got that, like,
They got
2000.
microwavable bacon that's pre-cooked already.
They got the
No, no,
Oscar Mayer bacon.
Their bacon is already
Armor.
dubious, and the rest of their
Dubious.
process is questionable at best.
I remember when I got asked
They
for
let the
mushrooms
pizza
on that.
cook the bacon. That's how it works.
I remember when I asked for mushrooms and it was the worst decision ever. They- those little tiny Walmart brand cans. That's what it looks
Oh no,
wow.
no!
That would be the same thing as asking them for anchovies, where it's almost like you're asking a non-seafood place for seafood items,
like.
and you're
True.
just taking your own health into your own hands at that point.
You
That's very true.
Jesus, take the wheel. Turn me.
Turn me blue.
Jesus, take the wheel. Give me anchovies on this pizza. Jesus, take the
Take it,
wheel.
Lord. Lord, have you forsaken me? That's what you do when you're in the toilet. You forsaken me, Lord.
This is when you really find out if you have a soul.
This is where your soul's gonna come in.
It all comes together now.
This is where we get to
Sir.
test that theory mathematically.
How strong is your willpower?
How strong is it? How strong is your
I'm the
willpower?
Wolverine.
All right.
Speaking of willpower,
well, I was gonna
Okay,
say,
you-
I think that's all I have.
speaking of willpower, let's talk about the willpower of Ken to hold his anger in Call of Duty.
Um,
Yes.
I have to.
Bro. Yeah, you missed
I
it.
suck at Call of
Okay,
Duty.
so we're gonna talk about Call of Duty because Ken and I got a chance to play it. Unfortunately, Reed couldn't play it because the game wouldn't cooperate with him during the beta. But boy, Ken was mad. He was mad.
I told you what to expect when you got there. I told you.
I
hate
was
Call of
hoping
Duty,
maybe,
fucking
you
hate it.
know,
And then Jeremy's in here saying, "Don't worry, I'm the god of COD."
I didn't say that. I said, don't worry,
How
Ken. We
dare
got
you.
this, bro. I said, we got this. And then his
You are
negativity
God
brought me
matches.
down. His negativity
God
brought me
matches.
down. Look,
He says that, but I still did better than him.
no, you
on
didn't.
H1.
because I felt bad. I wanted you to at least enjoy the game. So I was like, well, maybe if I let him take a few hits, get a few kills in there, maybe.
I like how he just switched it up. He says, and he said, well, because see, he just switched it up.
I didn't switch it up. This was something I don't think you
His soul
understand.
told him
I was trying to help
Look,
you out.
We can just say that all of us, we all suck at Call of
No,
Duty.
I actually have to say I don't suck as bad as I thought I did in Call of Duty, because when I played solo with teams, I did pretty well. I would get
Of
20
Playing
kills.
playing solo, you go against NPC.
But see, I need the right people when I go in there. I can't go in there with negative Nancy, Ken.
This boy logged in the single player thinking he was killing real people.
I was killing just a bunch of bots.
He got in on the airport mission.
I was like, why
and
does
said,
this
"Man,
thing?
I'm getting
Why
a
does
lot
it
of
say
kills."
bot 462? Like, what is that? Ooh.
he logged into the single player and got the airport mission. Man, I got a lot of kills. Where's my kill streak?
Well, how come I didn't get the airstrike yet? But I will say, regardless of how poorly Ken played during the time we played together, I did enjoy this Call of Duty. This made me enjoy Call of it. Well, it made me enjoy Call of Duty, and I haven't enjoyed Call of Duty for like a very, very long time. Again, I know everybody says that, but I really like getting back in there. Just the intensity, the gunplay was really good. Everything about the game itself, I mean, it ran smoothly for me, so I'm speaking on my end. But it played very well. The guns sound superb. That games that are putting gunplay in their stuff it's getting better. It just sounds so clean. Those shots, ooh, you can feel you feel it.
Oh, sorry about that. Like Pavlov VR, they had a lot of updates to that shit too.
I like how Ken's face was like,
Bro, y'all be like John Wick in that bitch. Boom, boom, boom. I threw a gun at somebody's head and then shot him in the face with it. I was like, yes. That game is amazing.
I mean, I got it, but you never asked me to play, so.
I gotta hook up everything and then I gotta update it again because I'll still have not one problem. In which it kept freezing on me.
Me and Reed.
he's bringing out his stick. Watch out. Reed's bringing it out.
Me and Reed watched the most recent PewDiePie videos, and he wants to play that game.
What, Minecraft?
No, the Sword and Magic one or whatever.
The Sword and Magic one. VR or?
It's a VR game.
Sword and
I have to
Magic.
look it up.
It
Sounds
looks like
familiar.
some sort of mod of some other game.
It's its own game. It's just the mods was adding the we saw it and stuff and Mjolnir.
Yeah, but I mean, I've already pre-ordered my call. I already pre-ordered Call of Duty. I just sucked it up, said it. It's worth it. It was just worth it for me. I had a great experience. It was very fun, and I had to buy it.
Jared's trying to guilt trip me because I said I'm not gonna buy it. He's trying to.
I didn't guilt trip you. I just said it's another game I'll be playing by myself. It's like Borderlands 3. I've been
Just
waiting.
I
like-
played a few yesterday.
Now
like
we
when you
gotta
said
go
it's
get
over,
Killvolt.
kid.
We gotta go kill Killvolt.
Remember
I mean,
yesterday?
I wanted to play today. I really wanted to play, but I knew you were doing stuff, so I'm like, well.
Well, you should have said something. I would have canceled.
You went to eat and everything.
I could have canceled
You didn't cancel for the podcast. Why would I think you'd cancel for Borderlands?
because you really didn't want to do the podcast. Yeah, Ken.
That's mean.
On the spot.
That's
This is
mean.
no longer off the top. This is on the spot. We're putting you on the spot, Ken.
I told you, me and Tyler, we're just splitting off, going to make off the bottom.
Yeah, because like yesterday, ladies and gentlemen.
All right,
we were playing
Reed. I guess
Devil
it's
May
just you and
Cry.
me, man.
So
We're
he
gonna have to
decided
make it
run-
work.
He decided to run me and Ken over with a car.
I didn't run you. Okay,
You know,
whoa, wait a minute.
on
I'm
the
gonna go
bottom,
back in there and
what?
save you both. I'm gonna go back in there and save you both.
Hey, we're gonna do off the bottom. We're gonna do off the bottom. Have evil personas while I'll shave my beard.
Oh
and
no,
I'll have Red Bull instead of Monster.
Ah,
you evil
We should
man.
do this.
You evil man.
we
Was
must
it you,
do
Tyler?
this.
Who said was it you that said you thought I was part Cuban because of my beard?
Yeah, you look part Cuban a little bit.
What? Okay.
Yeah, he looks part.
Get
Cuban.
out.
Look up real quick.
couldn't
When you
believe
look at an
that
actual
someone
Cuban
was
person, he kind of.
called Cuban if someone told me that.
Nah, I think
You
you,
James.
Reed looks.
maybe
part
I
Cuban.
need to see a Cuban person before I can make a judgment because I don't see it right now.
Go
You
to.
ever seen a Cuban person before?
No.
They basically are white Mexican. Not trying to be racist. Not trying to fuck
Whoa,
out.
hold
I had to stop myself. I had to stop myself.
Got him.
I had to stop myself.
Got him.
I'm saying not being a dick or nothing. It basically just.
Let's look up light skin Cuban. You'll see what.
There you go. Basically,
You know,
Let me go take some time.
yeah, Lou. I think it was Lewis or someone else said it. They're basically like.
Louis C.K. as he's whiter than I am, and he is actually like half Mexican.
Like I said,
No
there
bullshit.
are white Cubans. There are white Cubans. Literally, no lie. I thought this one dude was a white dude. Literally, walked over and asked him a question.
As
Straight
soon
up
as
Cuban on
I
me.
looked up
was
light
like,
skinned
"Fuck."
Cuban, it just shows me a bunch of females and then Barack Obama.
Oh,
Whoa.
what? Hold on, what?
I don't see Barack Obama, but
I did. I
don't see Barack
put
Obama.
light skinned Cuban. If you scroll down,
But
you'll get to
I,
him.
I do see
Fidel
Ted,
Castro.
I do see Ted Cruz.
I do not think he's a light-skinned Cuban man.
Ted Cruz's dad is actually a
Bro, it's
first,
just a bunch of
generation
it's a
immigrant
bunch of
Cuban.
females. They're very pretty, but I wanted to see a
Just
male.
type in Cuban man.
Just type in
Cuban
male.
man. Cuban male, and you'll see that like basically there's like white Cubans, like South Africans, white black people.
Nah,
Mm.
nah. Facial hair is a little. I
No,
don't.
there's you gotta see them. You gotta see 'em.
Okay,
Like,
well-
some of them do. Like there's one. There's
Take a
I can't
picture.
remember his name, but he works at Navy Federal, and
Well, I
I thought
don't-
he was white. He was straight saying, "Nah, I'm Cuban." I was like, "Oh."
Or maybe he is white, but he just didn't want you to be associated with that.
No, he actually asked me. No, he actually asked me a question. Said, "What race do you think I am? What nationality do you think I am?"
Oh,
I was
okay.
like, "White," and I was like, "Nah, I'm Cuban, bro." I was like,
Why didn't you go off the end and be exotic and say Cuban?
Area 51. That's my race.
Cause I didn't want to be that guy.
Area 51 is your race, man. That
Area
went
51.
that was an interesting. I thought I got to see all that.
What
on the news.
happened? Yeah, what happened? I didn't see that.
They just chilled out in the desert and didn't do anything. 'Cause
They
didn't
never
wanna die.
they never got to get those alien waifus. Never did.
They
It
moved the
turns out that when
waifus.
they're faced with the collective might of the U.S. Air Force, they actually kind of become pussies.
Oh damn.
I mean,
They-
it's understandable.
They saw all those
So
weapons. They're like, yeah, we just came here to chill, bro.
Well, I'll tell you what, I wouldn't go up against the U.S. Air Force.
Yes.
No,
Dude,
why would
because
you?
I'm not an idiot.
I'm not stupid. I'm not an idiot. I'm pretty smart for my age. I wouldn't do that. But some people decide to go to Area 51. I mean, nothing really bad happened. Some people got arrested. Some people just chilled. Some people dressed up as, aliens, trying to get those aliens to come out and expose themselves.
If they dressed up as aliens, they could have been arrested and taken back. to they didn't.
They were gonna take them into Area 51. Like, okay, you asked for this.
Them cheeks.
And then they walk them back there, and they're like, "What is this? What does this mean? Cheek clapping room?" And then
They just
don't
they just
answer
smile.
before they don't answer before shoving them into the room with the lights off.
Niggas-
And then you just
he
hear,
said the cheek clapping room.
what does that mean?
Is when you bring them here for the aliens to clap their cheeks.
Mm.
Woo, that's dangerous. That's a dangerous territory.
Them cheeks.
Dot. Yeah, but I thought that was funny. Funny. I was like, they really did storm Area 50. Well, not storm, but they really did go to Area 51. I said that was crazy.
But I heard you had some stories read, right?
Oh, yes. Well, I have two topics.
Mhm.
One topic is a little bit smaller than the other, and I'll be able to get through it a little bit quicker. Jeremis, am I able to go into this? Are we good?
Yeah.
Okay, so I am a big proponent of Apex Legends.
Oh yeah, okay.
Agreed.
I had to make sure.
I play it a lot. I do. I'll cop to it.
I want to go get back into
Apex Legends Season 3 is going to be dropping on
The first.
October the 1st,
Which is Tuesday.
going to be Tuesday of next week. We are adding another map, World's End, which is going to feature a moving train, a geyser that can launch you to new parts of the map, so forth. We're also getting a new weapon, the charge rifle, which is apparently just exactly how it sounds. You charge it up and you can kill in one hit. So that's cool.
So it's
We're
a
getting a
one-shot.
new. Yeah, exactly. So you charge it up, fill up the meter, and then if you can land the hit, bam, you get a one shot. So simple enough. Looking forward to that. We do get a new legend, Crypto. He
looks
a
pretty cool.
drone.
He does.
He has a drone that he can send into unknown areas. I'm guessing that his weakness is going to be that if you send the drone into areas, I'm guessing, this is just me guessing, that Bloodhound and characters like that are going to be able to detect the drone, and that'll sort of give your position
Location.
away.
Yeah.
Let's see. the new map is going to feature a whole bunch of new locations. The cool thing about the map, though, is that there are these orbs that will float down at designated areas, and if you shoot those orbs, you can get a key that will unlock a room on the map where you can find some really high tier loot. So that's going to be pretty cool.
So we gotta get back into it, Ken.
Yep, you find that key, and you're going to
Come
be
on,
able
Ken.
to get into some really cool stuff. I myself, I am Platinum 3 in Apex Rank.
Dang. Okay, Reed. Hold on, man. This
Um,
man's clean.
And I'm not trying to just stroke my own dick here. I play a lot of Apex on the P4, and so yeah. The thing about Apex, once you get to Platinum, I've learned that you kind of have to play with a team that you know,
Yeah.
because otherwise you're just gonna get squished. So.
Yeah, that's the one thing. Yeah, when you start really getting up in those tiers, you want to definitely play with people that you can count on, because
Squad.
that's where your communication skills are going to be top notch.
What I have found is that as you move up in the ranks, the game becomes a much more defensive type of game. At first, you're just running and gunning and finding squads wherever and whenever, and you kind of just let the game play out as it will. But as you get up in the ranks, people play so much more defensively. So characters like Caustic and Watson become so much more important. And I'm looking forward to the new season. The idea that a train that goes around the map in a serpentine, it can take you into the circle or out of the circle. It depends. I think it'll be a cool addition, and that's really the only shooters that I've been playing for like the past 4 or 5 months. I mean, I've just been playing Apex. So
I gotta get back on that. I know I killed.
I think
I want to get back into Apex
It's
too.
really cool, and you get a new weapon, the charge rifle. You get a hero in crypto. I've got enough points to buy the next 3 heroes. But anywho, so I'm looking forward to that on Tuesday, and we'll see what happens. I'm suspecting that the servers are going to be a little bit laggy on the first day, because that's just
Probably if everybody gets back. Because I was interested in the fact that
a new game type, they kind of
because I was interested in the new map and then the new legend, because the legend and the map seemed like really really good. So I was like, I might go back in there and play around.
Yeah, and people are like speculating, like, okay, so he has a drone and he can send the drone out, but in the cinematic trailer we also see Crypto launching an electrical attack on someone's shields, and it almost looks like he deactivates the shields and then uses the wingman to shoot them in the head, which a wingman shot to the head.
Also, I wonder if he has like an EMP or something, like a
Exactly. So does he have the ability to knock out people's shields in like an AoE attack? We don't really know yet. So
What if that? Maybe that's like a special. Like maybe the drone is like,
maybe,
and then
maybe the drone is just like, it's like Lifeline with her healing.
right, we're healing drone, and then his special is like he can do an
Is
EMP.
calling down a care pack. Exactly. So it may be that he has that as a
Because
as a special
because I
attack.
couldn't imagine that not being the ultimate, because that could be like OP, real quick.
Right. So we'll see.
Or
what
I
he-
could see
what
it
he's
being
all
an
about.
EMP, but it has a certain period, so it activates, but you have to kill them within a certain time, otherwise their shield comes back. That would be another way I could see it, but I could see it more being as an ultimate than something that you could just keep doing over and over again.
Oh, exactly. So, I mean, as a person who plays the game pretty much every day, I'm looking forward to a new map, a new weapon, a new hero, and hopefully in a few more games, I'll rank up and we'll see if we can't make diamond. So,
There you go. Look at my boy Reed killing
who
it.
knows what'll happen? But I'm looking forward to that, and that's kind of my smaller story. So, if you guys have anything else you want to talk about, I'd rather.
Well, we
do
all know
that now because-
Tyler didn't bring none, so go ahead, Reed. Tyler, did you bring anything, Tyler, for us today before Reed gets into his big topic?
No, you can go. You can go.
No. I'm asking, do you have
It's
something?
good.
Do you
No,
have
I'm gonna
something?
I'm gonna save it for later.
Okay.
But he said he wants to do yours first.
Yeah, go ahead and do yours first.
Yeah, no.
'Cause his is a bigger
Seriously,
topic.
If you want to do yours first, I mean,
Shit,
my
now I gotta
topic, I
find it.
I have a couple of articles. On
You
my
should have
topic
this
and-
prepared, my good man.
And
I know.
Everybody,
What
all right.
motherfuckers been closed
Let's
over.
get F's in the chat, boys.
No. Don't need F's in the chat. I don't know what that means.
You don't know what? Oh my god,
That's a
that
reference
is
to-
just
that's a reference to Call of Duty,
bro.
where basically the game says press
F
F,
to
to
pay
feel
respect.
sorry about your friend dying,
Oh.
Press F to pay respects.
and it's a really hilarious, it's an unintentionally hilarious scene in a video game because they're basically saying press this button on your keyboard to feel emotion.
To express how you feel about your friend
yeah,
dying,
to
press
express
F.
loss
fucked
and,
up.
and anguish, so it's fucking stupid and hilarious, and everybody laughed.
But
at
it forced
when
me to
came
do
out.
it. Can I just turn around and walk away?
Yeah, what if I don't press F in the chat? Does that mean that I?
It'll be
don't
like- it'll
feel
just say
sympathy for
fail.
My friend's death. It's like
That would be funny if it just told you failed. You failed the
Yeah.
mission.
Mission failed. We're going home.
Mission failed. We'll get him next time.
you did not display adequate remorse over your friend's death.
Oh
Mission
my-
abort.
That would be funny. It's like you. No, what if everybody just started trying to kill you because you didn't pay respects? Like he didn't pay respects. Get him.
You start having a fight at the funeral.
You're killing the
You-
relatives of this
you
friend
didn't-
that you've known for
it-
17 years.
It looks like you didn't bring any guns, but you reach into his casket.
Your friend knew this day would come. All
Time to die.
right, Tyler, what you got for us today, brother?
Let's see.
Uh-oh.
Nothing
I
important?
saw him
Alright.
yawn. I saw him yawn.
It's a boring one.
No. Well, kind of. It's two things. One, finally beat Gears, so that's done. Two,
Wow, that's why he hasn't been talking to us. He's been playing
Red Dead
Gears.
Online has got some new stuff coming. Wow.
Okay, let's hear it.
Fucking site got there. Shit, goddamn mouse. Oh my god. Hold on.
The monitor's too wide for his eyes.
It's being ridiculous right now.
Oh
Okay.
God.
I had heard that Rockstar was actually going to be focusing completely on Red Dead Online. They're completely done with the single player aspect of the game, and they're focusing all their resources on improving the mechanics of the online features.
Oh, definitely. Like you can get, they give you more space for your money. They give you new weapons. Like if you were to log in, if you haven't played in a while, you'll get a shotgun, sniper rifle. I think like 45 pieces gold and like $400 in money. But they added like some new missions online. They said they ain't gonna do single player deal, which kind of sucks. But at the same time, they're working on
I
GTA.
mean,
So you never know they're putting more money towards that. So that's supposed to be
Yeah,
getting
GTA
Rather
6, they
than
they
put
need
more
to
money
focus on
towards
it.
the online. I mean, the
No.
single player was fine, but I never finished it. And then when my brother told
It's
me
so
how-
long. You really got to
It
take.
is.
It is
how
long.
Hunter's storyline ends, I was like, okay, so I just get syphilis and die, and then I have and then I have to get all my like resources and guns and money and all that back up again. I was like, how about I just don't do that? And
I just play online. It's like, how about I just play
So I
online?
die of syphilis, and now what's the point?
just online mode. Like their maps in online mode they're big as fuck. Each map has their own stage. You just transport.
It is.
stage.
It is absolutely huge, and it takes forever to get to one point to another if you don't
It
fast travel.
does. Like if you were to combine all the maps in Red Dead Redemption, it would be bigger than all the GTA.
so
Oh, not sixes, but all the GTA one.
they need to make another zombie DLC story. For
They
it.
said they were working on that on account of people and players have been finding zombie characters in the woods just randomly popping up.
Mm.
So we might get a DLC like that in October. I'm hoping. I'm really hoping because Red Dead Nightmares was amazing. I remember getting clipped by a zombie and my friend shot him in my face. I was like, yes, he saved my life.
But he saved you to be a console player another day, so it wasn't
Oh,
really.
come
Yeah.
on.
He didn't do you any favors. Let's be
This
real.
was way before I even met you guys.
Don't want to hear the lies. These are
I
excuses.
did.
Before
PC
Red Dead
and
Redemption came out, don't act like that.
Ooh, Ken got
Red
you
Dead
on the
PC.
spotlight.
That's Ken. No one else can.
It don't matter. When I know you, you said, "Hey, I'm gonna play more PC games," and I'm like, "Oh, well, if you play more PC,
tried.
trying and doing are two different things."
I know the original.
Do you try to beat your meat, or do you beat your meat? Exactly.
It's a little bit of both. Like I don't sometimes feel like it, but at the same time I do. But then at the same time, I just put the hand on it and just like
You either do it or you don't. There ain't no in between.
Do
It's
you
just
sometimes feel like there's someone else's hand on your dick. You're just so not used to it. You're just like, oh, this is
Yeah, as they say,
crazy.
yeah, I've been sitting on my hand for about 20 minutes, and then like, oh,
And all of
You
a
just-
sudden you're like, oh, this is a new person. Oh,
Is this a
About-
woman's hand?
this is fascinating.
Hmm,
Do you
this
ever,
is great.
Tyler, about halfway through, and you're just like, would God really want me doing this? And you lose all
Now you
motivation.
contemplate it. At that point, you've already done the dirty.
no. Sometimes in my mind, I got this Asmodeus song playing in my background. That sad opera song. What am I doing?
The Kingdom Hearts
Why
song
am
comes
I-
on. Do, do, do,
So why am
do.
I beating my meat?
Everyone is
Useless.
looking at getting up, advancing their career path, having kids.
He's
having a
advancing his meat
future.
meat
still
meeting.
fapping.
He's advancing his fapping capability.
And you're just slowly slowing down. And you're just like, I can't do it anymore. Like, I'll see you tomorrow, friend. And then
There's some things that never change.
Also, there's a new graphics card coming out, or it's already out. That
Whoa,
Titan.
damn it.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
You're telling me Tyler has the tech?
No! No! That's not how this works. That's not how this works. We do not do the. I do the tech. Get out.
My bad. It's just I just saw Gears of War 5 at 8K, and I was like, ooh.
You are not allowed to talk about a graphics card until I see more PC gameplay coming out of yourself.
Oh my.
No, oh my
Okay,
god.
I got you.
Look,
Okay.
I'm gonna give you an example. Reed plays Civ 5 religiously. Civilization
Oh, fuck.
on the PC. Doesn't matter.
Oh,
Wow.
I don't like real time strategies. Nothing against them.
Look, Reed, get the stick out, man. It's time to
It's
beat
a
him.
turn-based strategy. It's not a real-time strategy.
It's still,
Oh, look,
it's still strategy.
Tyler,
Isn't good
this
at-
is Reed's field. I would suggest you just back out. Just say I'm sorry and move on.
I've been back out. You're the one that pulled me in.
No. Now
You
you
don't
talking
you don't
bad.
like- Tyler, you don't like strategy, but Reed's already contemplated 8 different ways to defeat you. Right now.
True shit.
Reed has already downloaded how he's taking you down.
He's
And
downloaded his playbook for Tyler.
that's why.
all
That's
right
why he
here
said.
in
That's why
Mesa.
he said it's not really. It's a turn based because that's him saying you're screwed.
Oh, shut up.
He said you're screwed, my friend. There's no coming back.
He's gonna pick Gandhi though.
Gandhi the Destroyer. Ah!
Jokes on you, Gandhi is actually filthy if you know how to use him.
I know
Oh,
he loves using Newt.
And you just see noobs come out.
There's a lot of characters in that world that you wouldn't think would be as good as they are, but
Genghis Khan is actually
You know how to
their
use
role
them.
model.
they're pretty nasty.
he inspired me to do
I
things
never
I
played
couldn't.
Civ, so I don't know.
Aren't they coming out with a new one?
Civ is one of my favorite games ever.
I think so.
I think it's Civ 7 or something or 6.
Oh, no, that's
They're on
too
Civ
much.
6 now.
Okay.
Shit.
You don't like 6 because you play 5 still, or
No,
You
no,
just
no.
don't-
I actually really like 6. 6 is the one that I have the multiplayer game with me and my buddies on, but
Mhm.
5 has its own perks. There are minute differences. It'd be, I would sound like a long-winded asshole if I actually sat here and broke down the differences between the two. But no, Civilization is a great game for those who want to,
Use their
take over
brain.
the world and bulldoze over their.
Oh, so
longtime
Tyler doesn't want to take
friends.
over the world, so that's why he don't care.
It's like when you play. It's like when you play Monopoly with your friends,
shit.
except instead of just taking their money, you're taking away their land and pride.
Oh, damn.
I've taken your crops.
I can
be fair.
literally, yeah, exactly. I can literally culturally appropriate everything that they are, and that makes
you
me happy.
peasant. I took your crops.
It takes it fulfills a need for us.
A
Yeah.
need for speed.
Right, and it gives me a point of discussion in several conversations in the future where I can say, "Hey, I fucked you
It's
over,
a
bitch."
wonderful time of
You know,
day.
You're
Yeah.
screwed.
You can say whatever you want. And you may be right in the moment, but at the same time, like, I beat that ass.
I
Like,
whooped it, boy.
so
I
that's
whooped
all it is.
All right.
Well, I guess we're ready for your long story.
Why did it have to be long? It was just a
Well,
big boy
I mean,
story.
He said it's longer than the last one, so I said it's.
Ken,
I mean, this topic
salty.
is, it's not. See, now Ken has framed it as. a
See,
long
look, I
topic.
told you. I
It's not.
you.
It's not
But
necessarily
you said
a
it's
long
longer than the
topic.
last one.
But you say big
Which-
topic.
which
It
you
was
are-
not as
which
big.
You are correct about. Which you are correct about. No, the main topic that I wanted to discuss today is it's very recent too. Spider-Man is now officially
Ah,
back
yes.
in the MCU
He said, I ain't fucking like that.
as
Bro,
a main character.
I'm so happy.
So this is pretty big. Sony and Marvel have arrived at a conclusive agreement.
After
We don't
many
know all the
rampages.
details, but on September 27th, so 2 days ago now at the recording of this podcast, is when the deal was made. And as far as we know, Spider-Man has been confirmed to have another movie coming out July 16th of the year 2020. So
Oh,
Spider-Man's next standalone movie won't be for another couple of years, but it is confirmed.
couple
And what's
years.
cool is it's
Yeah.
actually been confirmed. It's sandwiched in between Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness and
Ooh.
Thor: Love and Thunder. So Spider-Man is actually, even with all the chaotic, back and forth of this deal, it is actually in between two pretty big Marvel films. So we are actually going to get some resolution on Spider-Man Far From Home when at the end of that film, as I'm sure everyone listening already knows, Spider-Man declares to the world, well, he doesn't declare, Mysterio declares that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. And it's kind of like a reverse of how Iron Man said at the first Iron Man movie, I am Iron Man. So in any case, his secret identity is revealed, and now Peter Parker is just known to the world. And
That'd be crazy.
if that deal had not gone through, that would have been a storyline that would have just died on the branch right
Never
there.
came back.
And it would have been
Sinister Six.
it would have been kind of stupid if we had literally never seen the resolution to that. In any case, we are going to be seeing a resolution to it, like I said, in 2021. Let me get myself over here. Here are the details as we understand them from comicbooknews.com. Now, whatever you want to say about Comic Book News, and I have my own gripes with them, they definitely have their own political slant. Whatever you want to say about
Really,
them,
Tyler?
this is the deal that we understand that Disney has made with Sony thus far. So Disney has offered Sony a 7-picture deal, 7 films total. So that's pretty substantial.
Yeah.
An appearance in the new Avengers film and an appearance at the D23 event. So he'll
Ooh.
be making all the press appearance. He'll be doing all of those, which is to be expected. This
Well,
means
shit.
that Spider-Man 3 will star, or Spider-Man 3 star Tom Holland, will star in 3 more Spider-Man solo films, which means that we're going to be getting 3 additional Spider-Man films after the Avengers team-up movie for 2 trilogies in total.
God damn.
I know they're really planning ahead. So the second trilogy, and I can't stress this enough, this is speculation. We can't take this as rock solid proof of anything yet. This is just from comicbook.com, as I said, and this is the latest that we've heard from the deal between Sony and Disney. So apparently the second trilogy will focus on Peter Parker's college life and his eventual team up with Firestar and Iceman from the X-Men franchise. Me and Ken were discussing a little bit before the podcast went live that they're leaving the X-Men for about 3 or 4 years so that they can kind of cool off a little bit after Dark Phoenix, which was a giant turd, as we all know. So the next 2
Poor movie.
movies are Avengers films, which will feature Spider-Man, and he'll have a larger role with Johnny Storm, aka the Human Torch. Right. So they're going to kind of incorporate him into the Fantastic Four and the X-Men to try and, I imagine, just to try and grease the treads of those franchises to just say, hey, you remember the Fantastic Four movie? Yeah, let's forget about that. Here's Spider-Man to get them back on track. You know what I mean? Like he's going to end up being like
The deterrent.
Yeah, exactly. They're gonna put him in the movies to try and say, "Hey, fuck those other movies. Yeah, they sucked. Let's just
Forget
get back
about
to
him.
Focus on me.
Forget
I'm
him.
here.
Exactly,
Your friendly
exactly.
neighborhood
I'm
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
And
is
same
on the
thing with the
motorcycle.
X-Men. They were like, "Hey, do you remember X-Men Dark Phoenix?" That's right. No one remembers that movie. It was a turd. So how about we just
Remember
have
that crap fest?
Spider-Man with these X-Men so that they can, get on to their next.
That could work on account of Deadpool and Spider-Man always used to hang out in the comic book. I'm about to hit you with the book of responsibility, and he hit him in the face with it. An actual book.
So the big takeaway here too is that Marvel is going to take 30% of the profits. So they're going to get a minority of the overall revenue. Marvel will also co-finance all Spider-Man live-action spin-offs, and the biggest thing that I found that is kind of reassuring to me, at least, is that Venom is actually going to be relocated into the MCU, and Sony will be given permission to do a live-action TV series on any of the Spider-Man properties and stories and whatever. My takeaway is, if Venom is allowed to exist within the MCU, this may be the rare opportunity for Marvel to make their first R-rated superhero story. We've seen this with 20th Century Fox, with Deadpool and Logan.
Deadpool is meant to be R-rated.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When they,
Yeah.
and I say Logan back when they actually own the rights to Logan.
True
of course.
shit.
So we've seen proof that R-rated superhero movies can perform. They can not only, smash at the box office, but they can also get really, really good critical reviews as well. So what I'm hoping is that they incorporate Venom into the MCU as an anti-hero, and we get an actual faithful rated R film about Venom, where he is allowed to curse, he's allowed to eat people's faces, he's allowed to do everything that we always want Venom to do, because, I'm sorry, he's fucking Venom. I don't want to see Venom grab a dude in a gas station and say, "Hey, I'm going to eat your face," and then the camera cuts away and we never see him eat that dude's face. I'm one of those freaks. I want to see Venom eat that dude's face.
I mean, I want to see it too. That looks cool.
That's just me.
It'd be dope.
So ultimately, to end out my little, diatribe, I'm thankful that Spider-Man is in the MCU. The one thing that I'm hesitant about is if they're going to try and make Spider-Man a sidekick to Captain Marvel. I have seen articles in the past about how Disney is a little bit concerned that Captain Marvel is not really performing well with their demographics.
I wonder why.
And the thing is, well, yeah. And I'm not here to get political. Off the Top is not meant to be a political show.
Nah.
Not with Tyler around.
Captain Marvel is an unlikable character played by an unlikable person. And I think that what Marvel is going to try to do is use Spider-Man, because of course Spider-Man is a likable character who is charismatic. He has a good sense of humor. The audiences, even when he's awkward and goofy, audiences respond to him. He's very, I'm sure that kids probably think he's pretty cool.
Mommy, he's a cool kid.
He slapped Flash Thompson.
I think that what they're going to do is they're going to use Spider-Man's likability to try and make him a sidekick in the next Captain Marvel movie. That way they can say, okay, well, you don't like our character, our main character, I should say. Well, at least Spider-Man is here to lighten things up.
No.
Because then the interaction's going to be weird.
Worst case scenario, he can be the sidekick to Captain Marvel, and whenever anything happens, he can be the comic relief. And now, bam, the Captain Marvel 2 movie does well because Spider-Man brings everybody into the theater, and everybody likes Spider-Man. He's just a likable guy. And I think that that's the way that they're going to go with it. I really hope they don't. I hope that they give him his own.
I hope they don't either.
And then if you want to team him up with the X-Men and the Fantastic Four and whoever, then you can do that later on. We'll have years and years before that happens. But as far as Captain Marvel, I really, really don't want to see Spider-Man being the sidekick to this unlikable bitch, and that's all it really is.
Because it sounds like they're trying to do a DC. How they try to introduce all the Justice League right there and then. No one liked any of the Justice League, but when Flash came up,
Right,
everybody loved the Flash.
But could you imagine if they made a Wonder Woman movie where Wonder Woman was played by an unlikable person, and they said, "Okay, well, the Flash is going to be her sidekick."
Oh my
Basically.
God.
and he's not gonna have his own movie. He's gonna just be this dickless loser who is
Damn.
playing second banana to this bitch.
I
that
really
no
yeah,
one
that,
likes.
I
That
really
no
hope that
one
doesn't
likes.
happen.
Whoa.
And so
Whoa.
I'm just hoping that when they say they have greenlit the next Spider-Man movie, which, as I stress to repeat, is scheduled for July 16th, 2021. So we have a couple of years before this happens.
2 years, baby.
Yeah, we have a few years before we get the next Spider-Man movie. I hope that what they decide to do is not making Spider-Man a
Really
second
do.
banana to
A crutch.
that no one likes. I bring up the fact that Nick Fury, who lost his eye before we knew him as a character, we find out in Captain Marvel that he didn't lose his eye in some cool, badass secret mission.
Fucking cat.
He didn't lose his eye doing something meaningful. He didn't lose his eye doing something cool that made him deeper as a character. No, he lost his eye to a cat alien that doesn't matter, that no one cares about, and all he really was in that movie was the sidekick of this bitch.
First off,
And
I was gonna say,
and I
care
just
about
don't
the cat
I just
alien.
don't like that. as
Ken,
a
get out,
fan.
bro.
I hate it.
The cat alien's better than Cap.
The cat alien did more fighting than Captain Marvel did.
I go back
Yeah.
to the scene in Captain America Winter Soldier when Nick Fury was talking to the senator, the villain of that movie, Robert Redford. I can't remember what his name was off the top of my head. The name escapes me. He puts the eye patch up, and when he leans in to say it, he says, "In my line of work, you got to keep both eyes open." And it's a cool line, and it's a line that is like, oh, how did he lose it fighting a dictatorship? Did he fight a supervillain and he was like, and that's the only way he could get out of that harrowing, dangerous situation? No, he didn't lose it that way. He lost it to a stupid fucking cat alien that doesn't matter and no one cares. And they took this great moment away from the character, and I hate it. I hate it in my bones. Nick Fury was cool and mysterious, and you could have done so much.
Now
with
when
how
you look
he
at it, you
lost
just
his
see a cat eye.
and you just choose no. A cat clawed it out. Doesn't matter.
Now you
Never
look at Nick
mattered.
Fury, it's like, you're not cool anymore, man.
Yeah, and
You're
what
not
was he doing
cool.
Before that, oh, nothing. He was just this desk jockey. He was a loser. He never amounted to anything, and I hate it so much. So I don't want to see the same thing happen to Spider-Man, and I don't want to see anything like that happen to any character that I care about. Because I don't care about Captain Marvel. I know I'm biased. I don't like the actress who plays Captain Marvel. I don't really care for Captain Marvel as a character. It's been, how many times has Captain Marvel been canceled? Is it 8 times or 9 times?
Oh, Captain Marvel? Which one?
Yeah, the comic book character. The comic
The
book
comic book character-
has been canceled. I can't remember if it's 7, 8, or 9 times.
Let's just go with the
That
most.
should tell you something about how much people resonate with this person.
Because in the comic book, she's really cool in the comics, but she's still a power-hungry kind of person like Tony
Well-
Stark was. A lot of people kept saying, Brie Larson's Captain Marvel can lift up the hammer. No, she cannot. Just like Tony, she has too many fucking emotions, and that power would drive her crazy. She would try to
Well,
murder people with the
I'm
hammer.
not here to
instead of
I'm not
save
here
you.
to shit on anyone who likes Captain Marvel the comic. All I'm saying is, in
Ken.
point of fact, the comic book has been canceled 7, 8, or 9
Ken
times,
just said,
and
I don't know input.
the movie is. And the movie, I've seen large quantities of the movie. The movie is just a forgettable piece of nothing. And the woman who plays Captain Marvel is extremely unlikable. And Yeah. So as long as the Spider-Man movie is just him and Venom, now that's
That
the
would be
other
dope.
thing. Venom is now being moved over into the MCU, so there is a possibility, and however faint this possibility is, I have to hold on to it. As a fan of rated R superhero movies, I must believe that this is possible. If we get the first Marvel rated R superhero horror movie,
Ooh,
Venom would be a very, very good character.
along with Carnage. Yeah, that shit would be
Exactly.
murder.
Exactly. And you could bring in the Woody Harrelson version of Carnage and you could incorporate that into the story. It could be done. But the thing is, you have to make it rated R. If it's not rated R, it's not Venom, it's not Carnage. What are we doing here? No, that's the whole thing. Disney could finally throw their hat into the ring and say, you know what? We're gonna make
We're gonna do something good.
a really, really scary, unsettling, rated R superhero like film. And I suspect that much like Deadpool and Logan, there's gonna be an audience for it. Why are people acting so surprised? Like Logan and Deadpool 1 and 2 did, I want to say, over $1 billion at the box office apiece.
Especially two.
Yeah.
So it's like, so it's not just that there's an audience for it, it's that the audience is so big that you could literally make $1 billion off this. If you made a rated R Venom movie, you could make $1 billion.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just saying. So that's pretty much my rant over. I'm glad that Spider-Man is back in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
I am too, man. I'm very
As
happy.
long as he is not the sidekick to some loser character, then I'm completely fine. If
I
he
would
has a good
cry.
movie and Venom is incorporated well, then I am all. Hey, look, thumbs up from me, man. Sony can't make a Spider-Man movie. They've proven that they cannot.
Very
So,
true. Very true.
The character is back in the hands of the right people, and I'm interested to hear y'all's thoughts.
I'm glad they're
For
coming back to
Marvel?
the MCU because God
For
knows.
any of it, yeah, for Spider-Man, for Marvel, for Venom, any
This
of it.
means-
What do y'all think?
Sinister Six would definitely make sense after everybody knows Sinister Six will be a great opening or a second movie to the first one that comes out in 2020. I can also see Kraven the Hunter. Definitely
Raven the
because,
Hunter would be a badass villain.
because huh?
I was saying, I'm tired of them kind of leading towards the Sinister Six. They're always bringing those same villains.
Well, but you need
they
the
need to
Sinister
go
Six.
to
That's,
different. They need to go to different villains that they don't use.
well, the Sinister Six hasn't always
That's
been
why
Green
That's
Goblin,
why
Rhino,
Kraven would be a
Scorpion.
really cool villain. He hasn't been in any of the movies, and you
Yeah.
can use him, and
You get Kraven.
he's one of my favorite Spider-Man villains.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to see him. Taskmaster, definitely.
Taskmaster's already gonna be in some
Yeah, he's gonna be in Black Widow.
Black Widow.
Yeah.
Who else is there? Deadpool. You already know they're gonna be the best friends. Click.
They're gonna get along.
Yeah, because Ryan Reynolds already said he wants a Spider-Man Deadpool movie with Tom Holland.
That would be great.
That would be perfect.
I
That'd
would
be very
actually
great.
like that a lot.
See that sidekick shit that will work with that because
If-
they both were friends
Well,
before
he
this shit
wouldn't
even happened.
necessarily be a sidekick. He'd be more of a partner.
A person trying to stop Deadpool from doing the naughty things.
Yeah.
Deadpool, you can't do that. No.
A sidekick is I'm obviously more powerful than you, and you're going to follow me on my journey. A partner is, hey, we both have this mutual goal, and we're moving there together. You could do that. You could do that with Deadpool and Spider-Man. You can't do that with Marvel, Captain Marvel, and Spider-Man.
No.
But Deadpool and Spider-Man, yeah, that could work.
They could Well, they already have this going on. I was gonna say Morbius, but they already have this thing going to happen.
Yeah, Jared Leto's supposed to play Morbius.
If they would have had Morbius as a villain in one of the Spider,
He was a villain actually. Morbius was a villain before, and then he changed to a hero.
no, I mean in the movie, like a villain of him in the movie as a villain.
No, like I said, that would be cool. He starts as a villain, and the end he's to it, and then we get Blade. Because Spider-Man did fight along the monster force, which consisted of Blade, the werewolf, Frankenstein, the mummy, else is a monster? I think a witch was in the Monster Squad. Not sure. Let me see. What a villain is good. Yeah, the 6-armed spider. That would be cool to see Tom Holland turn Man Spider. That would be fucking awesome. Shit. A lot of villains. Hydro Man. Yeah, we haven't seen him. We've seen Sandman, and that was that whole.
They never had
horrible Spider
they
Man.
never had Mr. Negative in the movie.
No,
No.
but he's in the video game, so that would count as a little tiny skit for him. Tombstone, definitely Tombstone and Kingpin. Those two mob bosses were amazing in the whole entire series. For the '90s Spider-Man, the comic book, and that new spectacular shit they got. Tombstone puts hands on Spider-Man, and the funny thing is, for some reason, just like Venom, Spider Sense does not work on Tombstone. It doesn't work on Tombstone for some reason because he he comboed Peter, and I was like, hold on, isn't Spider Sense supposed to help you die? And Tombstone was just manhandling Spider-Man.
Hammerhead could also be in there.
True, Hammerhead. Like I said, I don't know who would play Kingpin. Probably Daredevil. That would be a good because he played it
That'd be a
amazing.
good one.
There's a lot of options, basically.
Oh, definitely.
That are not.
The
it's
options
just-
are
Clark
unlimited.
Duncan is dead.
Yeah, he was a tall ass, diesel
He was a big ass kingpin, but
ass.
you can't bring him back from the dead.
They could just have the big ass Kingpin from the Spider Verse. He was.
There you go.
fucking big.
He was
Yes.
like three refrigerators stacked on top of each other.
And up and sideways, up and down and sideways.
Into the Spider Verse is one of the best Spider-Man movies.
It was.
Into
It
the
wa-
Spider Verse was really, really fucking good.
It was
It
great.
was.
It was the best
Love that
Spider-Man
movie.
We already had a Doc Ock. That was Spider-Man 2, which was Electro from Amazing Spider-Man shit. That was horrible.
Bro, don't even
Vulture,
bring
I
up
thought,
that.
from
Don't even bring
Spider-Man
up that.
Homecoming was good.
Yeah, Michael Keaton played the shit out of
Michael
Vulture.
Keaton was a good villain in that movie.
He was. Like, you saved my daughter, so I'm gonna let you slide. I was like, oh, he let you live on me. He could have booked the camera.
When he opened the door and none of the trailers or anything led you to
Yeah.
he comes to the door when he's ready to go to prom and it's just like here's the Vulture and he's like, oh shit. When I
Um,
first saw that I was like, that's a nice little twist.
Like, ooh.
That was a nice twist. I was down on that.
Like, nice.
One thing that could be interesting is since they have the Mary Jane relationship thing solidified, they could have Black Cat as a side story to whatever. Spider-Man movie.
Yes. I would love to see that ass spin.
Wow,
where
Tyler.
Tyler-
You already know the reason
Tyler.
for Black Cat and Catwoman. You already know the reasons. You already
We-
know the reasons. They gonna put
Yes,
them in there.
but
Sex appeal.
you gotta lie a little.
lie.
Or
Okay.
no,
She gonna jump-
redirect your motive, your reasoning. You gotta
Hide your
redirect it.
boner, all right?
Okay,
Hide the
rephrase
hard
that.
on.
Rephrase that. Black Cat gonna come and have some fun with Peter Parker. We already know where that goes.
There we go. That hide your spaghetti hands.
You know, if I could animate, that would be the intro. A spaghetti hand grabs off the top and pulls it to the
Eventually,
middle.
once we get big enough, we'll have fans who can animate that shit.
There you go. They'll be animating Tyler's hands every time he talks. Whoo, man, that was funny.
What
Who
if
else
they-
is there?
What- oh, he's not a villain, but what if they introduced the Black Tarantula?
Who the fuck is the Black Tarantula?
You can look
Who
him
the
up.
fuck? Hold on. Let me look this up. This is new.
You made Tyler's day.
Hold on.
You made Tyler's day confusing.
Oh, he looks pretty dope. It's a fictional character appearing in American comic books published by Marvel Comics. The character first appeared in Amazing Spider-Man number 419. Makes his first full appearance in Amazing Spider-Man 432. Black Tarantula was created by the writer Tom DeFalco and artist Steve Skroce. Wow. What's his powers? Oh, he was with the hand?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Okay, now I can see what you're talking about.
He's a martial artist. He has superhuman strength, speed, agility, durability, reflex reactions, genius level intelligence. He has energy beam projection through his eyes, and he has a healing factor.
Wait, is he on Defenders?
I don't
The
know.
new Defenders that came out? Because they're
Okay.
fighting the hand right now in the new Defenders, so we might see Black Tarantula.
don't know.
Ooh. I might have to watch the Defenders. Ooh.
Y'all know what you're gonna do after this?
What happened to Reed?
I don't know.
What's Reed still?
His
Reed?
pictures is-
Reed,
Reed? Are you there?
Reed, buddy.
Oh, we had lost Reed.
Uh,
No, Reed,
The
come
hand
back.
Uh-oh.
got him.
I think the internet finally got to him.
What else is there? Man, fuck Shocker. He's always the first villain to get destroyed. Oh,
I
my.
need no more shocker.
Yeah, we
It's so
stop with the
sad.
shocking. Shiggity shiggity shock. Shock.
They never had a movie that was just the Rhino.
No one really cares about the Rhino. He's just
He
Dude,
can't
that's
really.
all he
hold-
is.
I don't think he could be a villain by himself.
no, not really. He can go, basically he's the lug head of the group. He's just used for brute strength. He's stuck in a suit. That's his whole story.
Have they done Scorpion?
No, they could because they got actual Scorpion in the MCU from
Yeah, they were teasing that at the end.
there he is.
Hey,
Yeah.
Scorpion in the third one because they introduced J. Jonah Jameson at the end of it. So, and he created the Scorpion.
I'm
So
really
what if-
glad. Go
Oh,
ahead.
sorry.
Ken.
I was gonna say, so what if they introduced him and no one, and since he wants everyone to get after Spider-Man at the end of it, like you said, Spider-Man's a villain, all this stuff. He actually puts the money for it and makes Scorpion. They hunt him down and stuff, and he's the villain of the. That could be.
Also, Mephisto, who is also the enemy of another Marvel character, Ghost Rider. So you can bring
Yeah.
both those motherfuckers back and introduce Mephisto, but he'll probably like a character you introduce on the fourth movie or somewhere at the end of the third. You'll see him just like in a red mask and everything. Doctor Doom, but he won't come out until the Fantastic Four. Which didn't you say, Reed? They were doing something with the Fantastic Four.
Yeah, that Spider-Man is going to be, and these are just rumors right now,
Mhm.
but according to comicbooknews.com, Spider-Man will be teaming up with Johnny Storm, who is the Human Torch, and they're theorizing that eventually they're going to be bringing in both the X-Men and Doctor Doom into the MCU as
Nice.
heroes and villains, which I hope they do.
Because that can work. That can totally work.
I
Yep.
I
think-
don't care about seeing the Fantastic Four. I need
Doom.
to see
Doom.
Doctor Doom.
Doom.
I think
Doctor
that-
Doom is so fucking sweet.
I kept telling my homies at the end of Endgame, like, this is my theory for Endgame came out, was at the end of the movie, everybody saved everyone, and then on the after credit scene, you'll see Doctor Doom just sitting in the chair, but you don't see him. You see the chair and all these fucking screens. With every battle they did, that is the event.
Literally,
just-
yeah, exactly. It flashes back to the battle that happened
Yeah.
in like 2012. The
And you
first
just
one
see
happened in
him.
New York,
You just see
and
a metal.
Doctor Doom is just studying this footage, and
Yeah.
he's building all these magical scientific device. Bro,
And you
Doctor Doom could
So-
top Thanos. I'm
Oh,
telling
definitely.
you, he could
Doc-
top Thanos in terms of how cool he is.
Doctor Doom has to be the Avengers movie though, not like the Spider-Man one. I'd say.
Oh, yeah, no, that's what
of
we
course
know.
not.
Yeah,
No, of course
yeah.
not.
Oh,
You don't use
definitely.
him.
Yeah.
You don't use him as a Spider-Man villain. No, Doctor Doom comes out and reveals himself and says, "Hey, I've been watching all this whole time, and you're exactly right. He is an Avengers villain.
Oh, definitely. He's a god level fucking being.
If he was in One Punch Man, he'd be an S-class hero. He'd be a god level threat. If he was a One Punch Man, god, Doctor
Level.
Doom is pimping. So
Oh.
no, I'm glad that they at least have him, the Fantastic Four, the X-Men. I don't care about the Fantastic Four. Like I said, the only
Not that
member of the
much either.
Fantastic Four that I care about is Reed
Susan.
Richards, because Reed Richards is the only
Illuminati.
person- Exactly. He's the only person who's able to match Doctor Doom in a battle of like intelligence and wit. And plus his name is Reed and it's spelled the same way that my name is. And not
There
only
we go.
that, but it's almost like Rick and Morty because Reed Richards has an interdimensional council of Reeds, kind of like the Council of Ricks in Rick and Morty.
They each got their gauntlet.
Except instead of being a bunch of assholes, it's a bunch of Reeds.
Oh my
And,
god, it sounds like Reed's movie right there.
And so I want to see an interdimensional council of Reeds where there's hundreds and thousands of Reed Richards all like figuring out how the best way to beat Doctor Doom is. I'm with you, Tyler. I'm with you.
That shit would be awesome. Because y'all also remember every time they fought Doctor Doom, it wasn't the real Doctor Doom. It was just a fucking robot that he would send out for them to fight. So just like
But
Dark.
then when they fight the real Doctor Doom,
Oh, they get that ass whoop. Oh, they get that ass whoop. Oh, definitely.
no,
I see some-
Doctor Doom is one of the coolest villains of all time.
I'm still tripping how he made his own Mjolnir just for Thor and then whoop that ass with that shit. I was like, hold on. What? Yeah, magical might and strength. Dude, I was like, oh.
all of
Shit.
the deep magic that those dwarves put into Mjolnir when they were forging it.
Mm-hmm.
Doctor
Yeah.
Doom has that. Where does he have it? Right up here, baby.
He got his
right
whole
up
entire
there.
his whole entire armor set is basically crucified. Crucified is wholly protected,
He's not only
magic
sci-
protected.
he is as scientifically gifted as Tony Stark and as magically gifted as Doctor
That's
Strange.
Basically, if you combine
And
both,
he's the fusion of those two, and he's a bad guy. Like, come on, man, that dude's cool as shit.
he is cool. Like he took
He
over
is.
Galactus.
But I am glad that the rights to his character went to Marvel because they're going to be able to do a
Yes.
lot more with him than
Yeah.
Sony or Fox. ever did.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
It's
let's
just
hope
a
we
good
see things
it's a
after
good
Feast.
day to be us.
As he has flashbacks of Doctor Doom and the Fantastic.
For a topic for next podcast, I want to say we should figure out what actors would play who in the Marvel universe. I think that should be a topic for next time.
There you go. That's your question.
I'll
of the
start
day.
getting.
Question
I
of the
already
day,
have a few
alright.
ideas that are springing to mind, but I will.
Yeah,
save
true.
them
We'll
for
have
the
to
next
save them for the
podcast.
next
There you
time.
go, right?
I will
Oh!
save them
Indeed.
for the next podcast.
Yeah, we'll save them. Well, I have to save them for the next podcast. So, but I think that's a good way to end it off. Yeah, I think that's a great note. Oh, Ken.
You can end it,
Oh,
but we
Ken,
didn't
you
do the
got one
anime
more
round.
thing up?
We didn't do the anime roundup.
Oh,
Oh damn!
Oh well, the anime roundup will go quickly. Yeah, that's
Go-
that-
go
that's
ahead.
Gonna be pretty quick.
go ahead and do your
Everybody died. The end.
Ken, you go ahead and start the
Opposite.
anime roundup off, and we'll end it there.
All right. So, saying damn it, fool.
Stomach.
So I guess we'll start off with Demon Slayer because it's the more
Okay.
popular one.
Sure.
Well,
So mad at
what
it
else?
ended.
Well, it's over, but they already announced at the end of it there's gonna be a movie for the
Oh
Demon Slayer
yeah,
arc.
that shit was nice.
the film
this
is
last
greenlit now.
Yep, the last episode had a lot of 3D animation for like, the blood and everything like that, so it looked really nice. It wasn't a lot of action, but it wasn't really meant to be. I mean, it's really just getting them prepared for the next movie
It
and
was
stuff.
more of a world building episode.
Mm-hmm. And I know some people who didn't like that, but that's just you can't. It's the last episode. Don't fucking leave it on a cliffhanger like that. On a
I
fight.
would say that they deepened the villain a lot
Mhm.
more. The main
Oh,
villain of the story.
definitely.
The main villain of the story now is even more fleshed out than he was, and we also understand a little bit more about how the hierarchy of the villains works in their world too.
Mhm.
See, he
So-
reminds me of
Michael
what's his
Jackson.
name? Not that too. But he reminds me of Naraku and Alucard, how they would change their form. No, and Orochimaru, how they would change.
Right.
Well, he had to change his form. The way I see it is because Tanjiro saw what he really looked like, so he couldn't go out in the open like that.
Right,
anymore.
and we learn that the main villain shifting powers. We learn that, yeah, I do agree with you, Ken. I think that Tanjiro actually saw what his default form is, and that's why he freaked out as much as he did in the first couple of episodes. We see that the main villain has no tolerance for fear. He doesn't give
Failure.
a shit if you grovel at his feet. All he really cares about at the end of the day is people who want death and misery and destruction and the
To get
suffering of
stronger.
innocent people. Yeah. Well, that was what you know,
Yeah.
eventually moved him to even save her. So, yeah, and not only that, we have a really powerful villain for the next arc on that train. You know, everything gets set up pretty well. Inosuke and Zenitsu both acknowledge that, you know, they are now part of Tanjiro's group, and we have our main four going forward. I'm satisfied. I didn't expect or really want a really explosive spectacle fight at the end. I thought that would have been dumb. Um, and that's just me. I think it's perfect. Yeah, we're going on to the next mission, and we understand who the villains are. We understand that the heroes are on this side now, and it's just it seems really well handled to me. But what do you think, Tyler?
What was
Why
that?
did you laugh?
What
I
was
got,
that?
I got an instant
Oh.
message. Funny as fuck.
What?
For Demon Souls,
Demon
just like
Souls,
Demon Souls. You know what I mean? Demon
the
Slayer.
game.
I hated how it.
Demon Souls brought to you by the
hated
game.
how it ended?
I hated how it ended. Like he was
Why
gonna
did-
leave
why
us on.
did-
I know you're going on another, but damn,
What made you hate it though?
I just hated how it just ends on the train. It just ends on with them going on the train. I'm like,
Yeah,
But
that's what
otherwise-
happens now.
Oh my eye.
But you have to think. Otherwise, it just would have ended on land on some sort of fight. And would you have rather it ended in the middle of a fight, like they find a villain?
didn't
and
what
they
make me
just-
want it more.
They made you want it more
It
because
did.
because
Come
they
on,
showed you the
Tyler.
villain on the train.
Okay.
They showed who's
Yeah,
on the train.
you see that the villain of the next arc is be on the train. I mean, I'm not trying to convince you of anything.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I like it. I like the
But-
end. But
But
I hate
if they had ended it on a cliffhanger, I think you might have been even more pissed off.
it.
Yeah, and he knows it. He knows it.
What's in the box? But I did like how they showed Homie's new transformation and showed more of his powers because I really want to know what he can actually do. His speed
And they also tease that Tanjiro, since his family is gifted in fire magic, they also say that because they're doing this mission with the Flame Hashira, that
Mhm.
maybe he's able to tell Tanjiro something about his abilities that we didn't know as an audience, and maybe Tanjiro didn't even know.
you can do.
Exactly, he might be able to give him some sort of, you know, very key piece of information that helps Tanjiro. Oh, now I know I can do this.
Yeah, because he just mastered was it concentration and the art of
Right, he's been mastering that form of breathing, so that means that he's going to be able to utilize a wider variety of the breathing techniques. So if he's able to use fire magic, maybe that guy is able to help him learn a move that is going to help him in a very, very important moment in his life. You know what I mean? So
yes.
I
definitely.
like that. I think that they planted the seeds.
I've read the
and-
manga. I know.
All right. And I read the manga
I'll be,
too.
I'll be that guy. I've read the. I know.
I've seen the manga.
I read the manga.
I've
Dr.
I
seen the
know
Stone
what
too.
it all
I've
is.
seen everything.
I've seen the future.
I've seen manga.
Ask and I will answer.
I just like the cup challenge that he had to do with Homegirl.
Oh
He had to
yeah.
keep snatching the shit like this.
And he finally won. And he finally won. Didn't want to throw it in her face.
Put her face and put on the head.
And they said that his record is now 10 wins and 10 losses. So they made it so it's like he's getting there.
He's
Yeah.
getting there. Definitely
he's-
getting faster.
He's moving on up. And they also teased how Inosuke and Zenitsu were like, "Hey, you want to go on a run later?" And they're like, "Do we have to do the total concentration breathing constant?" And so they're letting you know that not only is the main character training, but the side characters are also doing things that are very similar to him that are keeping them up with him, you know?
Because they felt like pieces of shit because he was like, behind. And they're like,
As
fuck,
they-
he's gonna get so much better than can't let him get through this.
Yeah.
Oh, no, 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 no.
As they should. And they should feel like pieces of shit. They should feel like, well, I mean, if this dude keeps going the way he's going, I mean, a
He'll
couple
be
of
strong
months
as
from now,
fuck.
he's going to be amazing and we're going to be fucking losers. So if we don't do something, we're going to start falling behind. So,
he told Zenitsu, treat women better, and he's like, okay. The little girls before you left.
Treat women with more respect and compassion. And he just goes, all right. he doesn't even have any sort of opposition to that. But yeah, Demon Slayer, I was really I was satisfied. in 26 episodes, I feel like I got a good full season of a show.
Yeah.
That's just me, but I'm looking forward to the movie, just like everybody else. And we'll see what happens. But as far as Demon Slayer goes, I myself was satisfied,
I can say it was a good.
and I felt full after I ended that episode. I literally felt like I ate a meal. I was like, I feel full.
I feel satisfied. Thank
I
you
feel-
for showing me my
exactly.
entertainment.
I'm like,
Thank you for
I
the way.
feel like I got everything that I was needing out of this exchange. So, the characters, the art design, the story, the writing, everything.
All
Demon Slayer,
amazing.
top notch.
And now they're gonna have
Top
more
notch.
funding for that movie probably because how well it
Yeah,
showed.
yeah,
Might even
and,
look
and
better.
with the anime being as big and as well as widespread,
Then the studio
as it
catches
is,
fire.
I think the movie is
That's
gonna do
fucked up.
well. If the
No
movie
one
comes
took
to
the-
What's wrong with
theaters,
Tyler?
I'm gonna pay for a ticket.
Evil.
I'm gonna give these people my money so that they
What?
know to keep making more of what they're making.
Right.
That's the only real way that I can think
Like,
of.
shut up and take my money.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
it's, like,
shit.
it's like, how else do you make sure that things that you like and that you want to see keep going on? You pay for them, and
That's how it
if
goes.
you,
Just put out
if
that
you pay
cash.
your money for them, then if enough people do that, then they make more of it, and you get to keep enjoying that thing. So yeah, that's Demon Slayer.
Next one, Doctor Stone.
I did not watch Doctor Stone. I read it though. I did not watch it.
I read the manga.
I read that.
You want to quarterback that one, Ken? Because I feel like I just ranted for like fucking 20 minutes.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't want to sound like I did, but I feel like I did.
He's like, I think I went on longer than I thought.
I mean, Doctor Stone is just pretty much they got all the ingredients. They're making the acid that they need to make for the medicine, but now they need alcohol, which they're like, hey, grand bouts tomorrow. You can drink as much as you fucking want when you win or something like that. So it started off the first round of the grand bout. I found out that the old man looks like a husk of a goblin. He doesn't look human at all. I
Yeah,
showed Reed that.
We kind of found that out together.
And I'm like, he looks terrible. He's worse than that manga ever made him look. He looks like if fucking a goblin sat out in the sun for 50 years dead and it just rotted in there. That's what it looked like.
Because he doesn't actually have eyes. He has like sunken, hollow caverns where his eyes used to be.
When you look at the episode, you'll see it, Tyler.
And they also made sure to give him pointy ears. And it just looks terrible.
Let me see if I can find a picture to show you real quick, Tyler.
Yeah, if you can find the picture. I liked the episode. It was basically a culmination of the last couple of episodes where they were trying to get materials, and also they were training to enter this fighting tournament. Basically, the village that Senku happens upon in the manga has this ritual where if you fight in this fighting tournament, if you win, you actually get the right to marry the chieftain's daughter
And become chieftain.
and become chieftain yourself. So it's very, very important that the people of this village take this seriously, because if there are any young men of fighting age, they can train for this and possibly become the chieftain of this village. So you can see how this would be important to these people. In any case, the episode basically centers around this
I sent
contest,
it to you, Tyler.
and
This- You said what?
I sent it to you.
On
and
this
that's
picture of the old
that's
man.
the
That's on
main
Discord.
that's the main conflict of this episode is they're fighting the first round of this tournament to decide who will marry the chieftain's daughter and become chieftain. And
The little short guy who follows that one guy around, big guy as fuck. We found out too.
I'm trying to figure out what
And
it's
then
called.
asshole. You just
Oh,
click
okay.
off of it.
Oh. Yeah.
so in any case, it's
Why
a,
do you got soup bowls for fucking shoes?
They all,
God.
like that. They all wear shoes like that. I don't know. But
Yeah.
so in
you,
any case, the episode is more or less a
Science.
fight for that, and Yeah,
Yeah, it's just the beginning of Kinro versus forgot the guy's name.
Magma.
Magma. Magma. But the first fight of that, he can't see for shit. He's nearsighted like me.
He is extremely nearsighted, much like your own Rodeo Reed.
And
Same here.
they threw him the watermelon, and yeah, now you can see. But check it out; it's worth a watch. It's definitely a good
And
episode.
they
It's got
and,
action
and
and
basically
science.
Senku, the science master of this world, has devised lenses that allow nearsighted people to see, you know,
Every nearsighted
life
person uses
life
the same
as
one.
it is. And when this gentleman puts on this watermelon mask, he is able to see his opponent in such clarity that he is able to win the match and go on to the next round. And it's a very satisfying fight, and I enjoyed it. So with Dr. Stone, I have to give it a thumbs up. I enjoyed the episode.
Can I drop some knowledge real quick? That's a little foresight for the
Please,
next episode.
please drop some knowledge, Ken.
It's a little bit foresight in the next episode. It's not really a spoiler. It's just going to say what's going to happen right when it starts.
Just go ahead, man.
The match isn't over.
Oh,
That's all I'm
really?
going to say. Yes, that's all I'm going to say.
Ooh. Perhaps he won't win entirely.
Spicy.
But as far as what the last episode said,
As
he
long as it
looked-
looked, yes.
he looked like he won pretty decisively.
He looks like it because the guy's on his knees at the like that. But
Let's just say that by the end of this episode, this guy who is nearsighted, who has the lenses to
Mhm.
correct his vision, he
Mhm.
looks like he kind of bent this dude over.
yeah, he ultra instinct him when he put
Fucking
the
hit him with them
glasses
sticks.
And
No,
I
he
mean,
was
we'll-
dodging him like that.
I mean, we'll see what happens, at the end of the day. But it looked like to me he was doing okay. So,
boy.
Just like
in any case, Dr. Stone, I was satisfied with the episode.
yeah, and that's still going to keep going on. It's like 24.
I thought that the art
episode.
direction was good, and not only that, but the fact that Dr. Stone, unlike some of the other shows that we're talking about tonight, is going to continue.
Yeah. How to pick up girls, or is
Can
it
you
wrong
be-
to pick up girls in a dungeon? So, did you watch that one, Tyler?
Nah.
All right. So, I watched it before Reed, but we watched it last night, and it turned out to be a lot sadder than you thought it would be of an episode. Like you're like,
I wouldn't think that the feels would hit you as hard as they did, but they
We didn't-
really did.
we didn't even know the feels were coming at all. It brought existential crisis to you in the anime form. So it's the last episode of the season. They've already announced there's gonna be a third season. They announced it before even that episode came out, I think. But essentially they fall down a ravine, or fall down this cavern or whatever. They end up in a village. The goddess is sick. They're nursing her back to health and stuff like this. The village elder is an old man. He has some weird obsession with the goddess for some reason. He just like keeps looking at her and sees her and stuff like this, and is very like he's just like willing to help her a lot, even though he can't. His daughter has to do it. As you go on, you find out the village is protected by the black dragon scales because monsters don't want to come by. The airheaded blonde bitch you see a sense of emotion. She looks angry at the scales, and
You
then
actually get a sense of who she is as a person for just 1 second, and then she corrects herself.
I was saying, a matter of the amount of same time you saw it, she is back to being an airhead idiot. It feels like. We know she's not that much of an idiot because she definitely knows how to fight and everything like that, but she just doesn't think, it feels like, about anything but that. But anyway, cuts back. They're having a festival. They say, they want the goddess to dance at the festival. Belle has to dance with her, stuff like this. Before that, actually, I forgot. Belle talks to this old man. The old man had a goddess that he was familiar of, and he had loved this goddess, but the goddess gave her life to save him or protect him from getting hurt or dying, which we found out didn't make sense because all she did was push him off the ledge of the cliff, which they both could have jumped off to avoid the monsters, but they didn't.
We're gonna forget that. We're gonna be generous fans and forget that
And
ever
just be like,
happened.
you know what? Maybe she wouldn't have survived the fall. Let's say.
Yeah, she would have died. He would. We'll just.
But anyway,
Look at Tyler. Making phone calls in the middle of the stream. It's still the recording.
A true professional.
A true master of his
All
craft
right,
here.
make sure you cut his He's leaving. He cut the call and left.
We're just gonna have to put his Discord icon on the screen whenever this plays. So Jermis, while you're editing this, you're just gonna have to cut his Discord.
I'm about to just somehow cut him off.
Oh wait, phone goes on. Oh, here he is. Here.
You see the recent calls in there.
He's smiling too. You can hear us, Tyler, can't you?
He's trying to get laid.
We can't hear him. I think he has his mic muted
Yeah,
still.
I know you can hear me. though.
Yeah.
What the fuck was that?
I had a phone call. I'm sorry.
All right. Anyway,
Ignore it.
continuing. So, so Tyler, what was the last part you heard? 'Cause I want to-
He don't know.
was it about the blonde bitch? Did
Yes.
you hear that part? Okay, we'll skip her. We don't care about her. But
Okay.
anyway, he goes and talks to the old man, finds out the old man has a goddess, or used to. He was in a familia. Goddess died protecting him.
Oh.
He goes to the festival, dances with his goddess. The daughter of the old man, who's the mayor, comes in there and says something, I don't remember, but saying pretty much the old man's dying. They go there, and the old man is just dying, and he's just like talking about, am I going to be able to see my goddess again and stuff like this? And she's like, I'm sure she'll come see you, blah, blah, blah. You know, she's a very obsessive person. She knows she was a friend of his goddess. Afterwards, Bell talks to his goddess, Hestia, and he's just like, I'm scared to get close to you because you're eternal, whereas I'm going to die one day and I'll be separated. And I'm like, what the fuck is this sadness they're throwing on you in the last episode of this? And she's like,
There are layers to it, though.
and then they're like, when mortals die, they go to heaven and they forget everything. And even when you're reborn again, you're going to look like someone else, but I'll still come and find you somehow and ask you to join my familia again. And then he was all broken down and sad about that and stuff. And I was like, this is fucking super sad. And then, of course, after this is when it gets to the good part. It goes to the credits, and then they introduce, looks like a new waifu at the end of it. And I'm like, there's already too many of these. There's so many girls in this that Bell can't even push them off of his dick before another
What
one is
the
hopping
fuck?
on.
As a new woman is inserting his penis into her vagina,
Oh my
he's
God.
like trying to push her off, and a new waifu appears and is like, "No, I'm here to assume
And
this role now."
It's like, who the fuck are you? As she's getting on top. But anyway, that's the end of that one. They didn't have a new episode of Fire Force. That got put on hold for 2 weeks. I don't think there's anything else we watched because Magical Senpai ended and some other stuff. But
I think
I know-
until we do our anime segment, which is going to be mostly like speculation, like who would win in a fight against who.
yeah,
I think we're pretty much done because I finished a show called Ushio and Tora,
mhm.
which I would highly recommend that everyone, both
Mhm.
watching this stream and participating in this stream, watch.
Yeah.
I
Jeremy.
finished it.
Whoa.
39 episodes, an extremely satisfying story. I finished it and I feel good. I feel satisfied. I feel full. So
I know one thing. Me and Reed are going to go see Rascal Does Not Dream of Dreaming Girl or something like that on the 2nd.
of Bunny Senpai.
Bunny Senpai, yep. And I already have my tickets bought for me at least. I don't know if anyone else wants to go to the Konosuba movie, which comes out in November. So
Are you gonna take me, Ken? That's nice.
you ain't even here, man. You left us.
I didn't leave. I
You
was
left for that
I was
Tennessee life.
I was forced.
Oh.
Shit.
Oh, Spiders came out. That's why he did it.
I guess he chose the spiders after all.
But yeah, I think that's all anime stuff.
That was it.
Yeah, I mean, with anime, it was pretty slim this week. You know,
It was a lot. It was the ending for a lot of shows.
yeah,
this
yeah.
season.
Is it wrong to pick up girls? Ended, and we were like, I'm satisfied. Demon
It-
Slayer, same answer. Like, oh, Demon Slayer ended. I mean, I'm satisfied.
Yeah.
So Anime Roundup is pretty quick, but I think that's about it for Off the Top this week, Jeremy.
It is it. We've been here for almost
finally did it.
almost 3 hours,
We got
guys.
about
Almost
a
3 hours.
2-hour show out of that, didn't we?
Almost 3 hours. It's, I think almost 2:50. 2 hours and 50
Yeah,
minutes.
well,
So we almost did 3 hours. Made up for
I
the
told
time
you.
that we lost in the last two weeks.
It was pretty dense compared to the last podcast, I want to say.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes. So, thank you, Tyler.
Man, hopped on the phone again.
We're gonna go ahead and go so you can answer this. I can't believe he's on
Look, he's got his headphone up. We can't even hear it.
I think he
the.
has the other cup on his ear.
That's terrible. It must be his girl. But for those of you guys who are listening to us and watching us, thank you guys so much for joining us on this episode of Off the Top. We hope you guys did enjoy as always. Again, thank you, Anchor, for sponsoring this
Thank you,
video.
Anchor.
We appreciate it. You guys.
And also, you can look forward to seeing Rodeo Reed managing the Off the Top Twitter handle.
Yes, sir. Reed's finally
can look
joining the
forward to
Twitters.
that.
It's gonna be
I
great.
may not have my own personal Twitter, but I will be managing the social media for this podcast, and I look forward to seeing all of you out there in my DMs.
There you go.
Oh
Give me
my!
I'm
that.
proud of him. Look at him. He's trying to get some girls, boy. So if you want to check him out, make sure you, of course, are following us at Off the Top. Make sure you follow us at Off the Top 8 on Twitter. And of course, like I said, we were going to be launching our YouTube channel. So it's going to be combining all the videos that I uploaded on my personal channel. We'll be moving all those over there. So for those of you guys who want to see some of the previous episodes that we recorded, did video recordings on, you'll be able to see that as well. So thank you guys, as always, for joining us. Again, hope you enjoyed it. And until next time, we'll see you in the next